Hello Internet, my name is Taliesin.
And I'm Evitel.
And welcome to a WoW podcast, obviously episode number
77.
It is you're very quiet. You're speaking quietly.
I?
Speak louder.
I'm speaking very loudly.
Good, excellent. I love you for it. Thank you.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's us, and it's a very, very special episode of the show today.
Oh, is it?
It's an episode that people have been requesting for a long, long time.
Oh.
And that we're finally going to do.
Is this the feet episode?
It will be quite some feat if we manage it, Evitel. This episode is going to be the long-awaited episode where Evitel does most of the talking.
Oh, no.
Yay!
You don't say.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, yeah. It's going to be that episode where, because the kids gave me something. I don't know what they gave me. I can't wait to find out.
Unending love and cuddles.
They gave me something. They gave me something really bad. And it's getting worse and worse all the time. So let me know how our levels are here, because I didn't have a chance to do it properly before we started. So is Tally's mic on? Oh no! Thank you for the feedback. I mean, it's
I never know if it's genuine or just
trolling. Oh no! Hang on.
Let us know how Tally's sounding.
Because I didn't have a chance to properly.
Yeah, you sound perfectly
do it
fine.
No, it's okay. It's just my voice is hoarse. That's all.
It's just raspy, sexy, gravelly.
Oh no, we've already got
voice.
one person in trouble at work. That's excellent.
Oh, nice.
So Evie's gonna be doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this episode.
Well,
so apologies for that. But we are going to be talking.
Me?
No,
you mean hooray for that?
Apologies to you for that.
Yes.
But hooray for the audience for that. They're gonna bloody love it, son.
Indeed.
And what else? What are we talking about today? We're gonna be talking about WoW storytelling in Midnight.
Yes.
The good and the bad all in one perfect bundle, because we have received, now we'll talk about this in depth, but my main impression of it is one of the best little kind of short stories, a series of short stories that we've had in years, honestly, like that came out yesterday. All three of them dropped all at once, and I love it. There's so much good about it.
I have some thoughts on it.
I have too, but there's also so much messed up with it as well. Something in particular that makes me so angry.
Same. I can't wait to share. I can't wait to compare notes.
It's made me so angry. And we purposely haven't talked about it.
Have not discussed
because
this
all we
all.
talk about is kids. It was our kids' school sports day this morning, so we were at that. 2 different sports days we got to go to. What an absolute joy!
Egg balancing races,
welly wang.
Well, you guys. Okay, people not in the UK. There is an activity that the children did this morning called welly wanging. You tell me what you think that is.
Or maybe you better not.
Oh, actually,
I feel like with welly wanging, it's like someone went, oh, welly tossing can potentially sound quite rude, can't it?
Yeah.
Should we make it even fucking ruder? It's like, and of course, like as a dad, I can't help myself. My kids are taking part in like an event called welly wanging. So every time Penny threw the welly, and she was fucking brilliant at it, by the way. She was the best welly wanger in the entire class.
She won.
Proud dad.
She won the welly wanging.
Proud dad. And I was like, every time she threw it, I couldn't. What do you do? What do you say? I shouted, "That's a wang."
Yeah.
Because what else are you supposed to do? I was like, "That's a hell of a wang, that one."
Oh, she
what a wang! That's wangtastic. So I'm not allowed at school sports day anymore. Or within 50 foot of any school in the country. It was welly wang. That was fun. And and he took his very seriously indeed. They had like a tug of war and stuff like that. And the other team didn't stand a chance with Annie on that side. He is a strong big boy.
He's so
it's facts.
strong.
And that's what we talked about today. But the plus side of that is you get to hear our reactions to each other live when it comes to what is the name of this series? Sorry, already.
The Bitter Truth.
The Bitter Truth. Cannot wait. But that's not all, because we've also got a new Ion Hazzikostas interview. Coming that we want to get into, and there's some interesting stuff in that as well. Evie's been reading up on that one. I listened to it. But
well done.
I've forgotten it all already. But we've got the WoW Head summary as well.
The notes.
But I did listen to it. I wanted it in context. I hate just taking it from the
essential.
notes. Yeah,
primary source and all that.
And a whole bunch of other stuff as well,
Lots of news to go
including
through.
something we haven't had a talk about. Well, there's player housing shop item stuff. There's like mount shop item stuff. There's we haven't had a chance to talk about all the player housing updates that are on the PTR yet.
No.
Like the pet stuff, etc., which I'm so excited about. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And all of that is to come. But if you don't want to talk about any of that, Evie, what can they do?
Well, you can throw us a super chat over on YouTube. I've already had one come through, which is amazing, which is what drives me to wake up in the morning and do this job. Your super chats keep me going. They keep me alive. No,
It's true. It's true. Last night I was trying to get romantic with Evie, and I was like kissing her neck, and and I could sense she wasn't really into it, and I was like, "What's going on, Evie? You're usually like ripping my clothes off by now." And she was
Wanging
like,
the welly.
She was she was like, I'm sorry. It's just we haven't had a super chat in a while. It's been almost a week since we had a super chat.
Babe, it's been almost a week since we had a super chat.
Please, for the sake of the show, for the sake of my libido, please, lots of super chats, please. Make my wife horny with your super chats. Like you do every week. That would be lovely. Thank you. I'll thank you for that.
Yeah. But otherwise, if you would like us to discuss a topic of your choice,
that as well, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
or if you'd like us to answer a question, or if you just want to throw something out there, that is what the super chats are for. And I've seen some super chats, and I've seen some members of the team come through.
Oh, nice.
With their gleaming Khadgar balls, now turning green.
Oh, they're not grey anymore.
There's some green ones.
Wow.
I've seen some greens in
Okay.
chat. So yeah. So if you'd like to direct the conversation, give us a
Green
nudge.
balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Green Khadgar balls.
Because they're like normal,
I'm just trying to.
and then they're going to
we can do something with
become
that.
like rare. And then they're rare balls, and then they're gonna become,
Nothing rare.
like heroic and
Yeah.
epic and legendary. You know how this
Sure,
works.
man.
You play video games.
Oh yeah. So thank you to everyone who's already piling in with the super chats and helping me more than you know. Hello to everyone who's watching live on Twitch as well. We see all your chats come through.
We see you.
And although we don't thank every sub that comes through while we're doing the show, we do see them, and we we can reply to stuff that you chat in the chat. We have a combined chat here, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to people who are listening on your preferred podcast listening platform as well. You don't miss anything by listening to it later on your podcast platform. We can't be bothered to go through and edit it. You get it all unedited.
However, no, I do a little bit of editing. I clear
Maybe you
out.
should.
I leave. I only put like 10-15 seconds of music at the beginning.
Oh well, yeah. So,
naturally.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Just some light. I just crop some of the sides off, and viewers or listeners of the YouTube version will be pleased to hear this episode will have chapters.
Oh, that's your new thing now, isn't it?
I
You love
stick
going
them
back
in
and putting
there.
the chapters in.
I put the chapters in.
Yeah.
I put the topics in that we're talking about. I put, if there's a spoiler you don't want to hear, I also put them in.
That's
because that was
really
like our
cool.
number one feedback on this podcast, apart from one guy who really didn't like my makeup one day.
Yeah. Well, and also a guy that caused all manner of trouble by basically lying about something I said in the last episode.
Yes, but
Look,
we don't have to talk about that
I just
anymore.
want to, because like people who actually listen to the show, by definition, the people who are here right now will be
Indeed.
very confused. But last week, someone tweeted us and was like, "I can't believe you said X." And I was like, oh shit, that is awful, actually. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I'm really, really sorry. That's not what I think. That's not what I mean. And you're right, that is awful. I'm sorry about that. Here's what I actually meant. But sorry for saying the stupid thing. That's really bad. And I got to admit, and this is why you should never do this, I said all that before I actually listened back to the show. And then I listened back to the show and I was like, oh no, the guy just lied. I didn't say that at all.
People
And I was
hear
like-
what they want to hear
I
sometimes.
was like, yeah, I know, but it's so funny because we were actually talking about that in that episode as well, and how people do that online. And someone said, and they were like, I can't believe you said X, and I was like, oh shit, that is bad.
Oh, dang.
You're right. I shouldn't have said that. That's awful. I'm really sorry for saying that. It's not what I think. Here's what I actually think.
Yeah.
And I wrote all of that before I went back and listened to the show, and then I was like, oh yeah, no, that I didn't say it. I just literally didn't say it. But there's a whole
Yeah.
part of the internet that thinks I did say it now.
Delightful.
Yeah.
That's just
so
the
there we
cost
go.
of
But I
being on the
didn't, and like there's no clips of it. And usually when someone is when people are angry at someone for saying something stupid, usually
Indeed.
there's a clip that goes along with it, right?
Yeah.
No clip because obviously they didn't fucking say it. It's like anyway,
yes.
sorry, but that's so. If you were a bit confused by all that, so was I. But there we are, all sorted.
Such is the online life.
Yeah.
So today we are going to be talking. What should we start with today then?
Well, I think we should start with what you've been doing in
yeah.
worldofwarcraft.com because
Ooh.
Natal is back for a second week. Have you
It
gone in there
is.
yet? Well,
Not
and also
yet.
we spent quite a lot of our last episode slagging off Val.
Oh.
Man, we hammered into Val. We hammered into Val. You know, like it had just received a whole bunch of super chats, and you know, like we were quite mean about Val. And I've actually played a bit more Val since the show, and so have you.
Yeah.
And I've completely changed my mind. I thought Val was
Same.
absolutely
I
fucking banging.
loved being okay. Here's my experience the last week of WoW. I loved playing Val. I feel like something happened. They clearly bumped up like the mob numbers and difficulty or something because I was getting absolutely like hammered by mobs and there are loads of people and it felt really good. It felt like really, really good running around and getting rares, and then you have like the kind of elites and the generals, whatever, popping up and like rushing you. And I was like, like this is great.
Yeah.
Like this is really good. Like
Yeah.
what, you know, like this feels, I'm not just like, you know, popping them and then moving on. It felt really good. The only thing that felt bad was when the dude who has like the void creatures
Oh yeah.
in Val.
The boss. The world boss.
Yeah, the world. Yeah.
Pertinax.
Yeah. No, not Pertinax.
Oh.
The one that's like above ground. Although I loved going down. I
sorry.
loved Pertinax too. I thought that was so fun going like into his
Oh,
chamber.
that was so cool.
I loved going like down into his lair, and it felt really good. But they're like one of the kind of like rares up top, like for whatever reason, some druids kept like, you know, it took a little while to get him down close to 0, and then a druid would just like knock him back and then reset him.
No.
And it kept
he can
happening.
get reset in his own room. That's obscene.
No,
That's absurd.
He's just out in the outside. He's
Yeah.
out, like out in the open world. And someone kept resetting him, and then it bugged because it said that some of his void creatures were still alive. So he had like super mega health, and it literally took like 20 minutes to get him down. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. People were engaged. People were doing the content. I really, really liked being in Val. How about you?
Had a really good time.
Yeah.
I went in there with my character who I'm leveling,
Yeah.
who is now max level actually. My shaman. So I'm doing it with mage now, and actually running around as a frost mage was particularly fun.
Yeah.
Sort of shooting stuff with frosty stuff in Val felt really cool.
yeah.
And I got my sword, my secret sword
Mm-hmm.
that you can get from there, which I highly recommend you do. There's a secret like lightsaber sword there, kind of an Empire Strikes Back reference, in a cave with lots of like yetis and stuff, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And you have to go and
Oh,
try and take it from the
yes.
stone, and you get a buff, and you have to go and kill 2 elites while you got the buff.
I love
and
that.
Then you can go.
It looks really good.
Yeah,
it's
really
a
cool,
really,
yeah.
really good bit of transmog.
Yeah, it's really good. And when you equip it, the very first time, it doesn't happen again and again and again. And when you select it on your transmog item screen, it does. It's the blade isn't there, and it gradually kind of comes out. Like that, but that doesn't happen in game, unfortunately, because but it does happen on your menus and stuff like that, which is really, really good.
Oh, okay, I like
and like
that.
I just really enjoyed running around those bits of Val where the visibility gets really bad, and I just think that's neat. I just think that's cool, and I had a good time and I enjoyed it, and I felt bad for slagging it off. Is it the best content ever? No. Did I enjoy it immensely while I was doing it and didn't need to do it anymore? Yes.
Good.
So I have revised my opinion about Val. Friendship ended with Nagtal. I don't like now. Nagtal is the shitty one that I hate, and it's all about the Val. I'm all about Val. It's good. It's good. Someone asking in chat why I've got a little line in between my forehead and my head, and they think it looks like fake tan.
Oh no.
This is going to be news to you guys, but this is just what happens when you go outside.
I know.
I'm gonna tell you
try
what
and
it's like.
explain this
Yeah,
to
yeah.
people who play a lot of
But
WoW.
if you went outside, it might happen to you too. No, I'm Italian, and I get like I tan instantly.
Yeah.
So if I was outside today with the kids, like I say, down the park, and you know. I caught the sun. That's just what happens. Yeah. Sorry, dudes.
It happens.
Sorry. It must be horrible. Imagine being one of those people that takes ages to tan. Couldn't be me.
No.
Very easy. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, if you like it, you can go outside too.
Exactly.
But I don't recommend you do it. It sucks out
one of those.
there. Yeah, don't bother.
I think I've got. Yeah, there you go. There's mine.
You are too.
Can you see mine?
Yeah. You tan too. I'm proud of you.
I do. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's my week at WoW has kind of been a bit of that. Chapter 3 of the Om Nom 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 Nium Folio is...
Oh god, it's so shit, isn't it?
Okay, here's the thing. And we were talking
Are you about to defend it?
No.
Oh my god, we've never beaten those allegations.
No, that was not a hear me out. This was a here's the thing.
Yeah. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I wish to fuck the Omnium Folio.
So many balls. But it's so far away. And here's the thing. If you are someone who's not necessarily like tapped in, switched on all the time into like WoW news and WoW social media and WoW content, if you literally just play the game, of which there are many people, which we forget, like more people play World of Warcraft and don't engage with the kind of stuff we do.
Yeah.
That more people do that than people who do, right? So if you do that, like, why would you know? How would you know to go back to the Omnium Folio? There's nothing that sends you back.
Well, because you open up your map in Silvermoon, and of course, it's not even there. It's like off on a different bit of the map.
It's not. And you might open your map, and you might think it's Abyss Anglers.
And you'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you might think it's the Abyss Anglers triangle that you just never click.
Sorry, slight detour here. That was the worst bit about the PTR testing in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Was because now we've got this lovely big new continent, which I'll talk about.
Yeah.
And because I played the shit out of the PTR, actually. I was really enjoying it. But we've got this new map, right? I'm always going to call it the Isle of Fangs, sorry, but the Coiled Isle. Yeah. And do you know what else is fucking there when you open the map on the Coiled Isle?
What?
Fucking Abyss Anglers.
No.
It's like on the new map. It follows you. Because it's closer to the Coiled Isle than it is to Zul'Aman. And you open it and you're like, ooh, what fun stuff should I do? It's that fucking purple triangle.
No.
Leave me alone. I'm never gonna do it until I need some like fish hanging from a rope decor, and then I might. Then I'll consider it. Yeah.
This is good decor. And I know they mention it, and I thought while you're doing it the first time, they're like, yeah, come back and we'll keep working. But like, I'm not gonna remember that shit. I'm not gonna. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's like you wake up on a Tuesday or Wednesday, depending, and you're like, oh, can't wait to get my massive power boost from the Om Nom 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 Nomnium Folio. At last, that block that we have in Raid is going down with all our extra power. Yeah. Om Nom Nom Nom.
And so that's like, I think that's my big point of feedback there. Like, it takes ages to get there, whatever, it's fine. But why would you remember to go back?
Yeah,
like,
and I
you
don't.
could very easily just not remember. I bet in a few weeks, once it's done, something will pop up in town, in Silvermoon, and be like, hey,
like a permanent reminder.
Have you remembered to do the because next week is when you get your actual like proper stat buff, and that apparently gives you more than 0.01% additional DPS.
I will believe it.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Same. I will believe it when I see it.
And I won't see it because I have the fire one selected, which has no graphical input at all. There's no feedback on that. I don't know when it's happening.
Yeah, who knows?
It sucks. It's so bad. I don't even get the cool void orbs flying around because you know.
Yeah. So yeah, that I've been doing that. I've just been just muddling around a little bit. I went and I did the void assaults, because that was this week's thing.
That was funny for me. I went and started doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, how many have I got to do? Fucking 5. And I did 2, and then something happened. Someone called me. Maybe you called me or something, or I had to go and answer the door. Maybe I needed a poo. I can't remember. And I went downstairs. Maybe my kids needed something. I don't know.
Maybe.
And they, please, Daddy, please feed me. It's been days.
Please.
And I was like, when you chuck that, get back to your welly wanging practice. You're not getting any food into your throw it that far where I put the marker or nothing. No losers in this house. And I just left my guy like sitting there, and when I came up, I'd completed the quest. I'd done all 5. just by sitting there.
Just by
Which, okay, if I got an extra 1, I'd understand because it had completed while I was there, sort of thing.
so it just
But
rotated back.
It rotated back to where I was sitting so many times that I completed it all just by sitting there.
Oh my god!
It was awesome.
I didn't even-
I was
Okay.
like,
okay,
that's a wang.
that's incredible.
Yeah,
I
it was.
didn't even-
So I
laziest
I
way to
won the
complete any
Omnium
kind of
Folio
content.
this
Wow.
week.
Well
No one
done.
wins. No one wins the Omnium Folio. By taking part, you lose.
No,
but-
no, you get something. You get a thing.
I can't. What did you get this week?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
But next week you get a choice of 4, and it will have. I think it's gonna make it. I think it's gonna make it. It's gonna do something. It's gonna have some impact on
I am
me.
so excited, especially now we have taken a raid break.
Oh,
We've taken a raid break on Sundays. We're still doing Thursdays because we
Oh.
want to get the Spore Fall mount.
okay. Fair.
So we're doing Spore Fall on a Thursday.
Okay.
But
What about like glories and stuff? Are those happening?
Spore Fall? We've done the glories.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I missed
but
that.
I mean, we've had a good season.
Yeah.
We've done 5 mythic bosses, including Sporefall, right?
That's
So
good.
I
Not
think that in my memory, that's the most mythic bosses we've done in a season. So that's
Yeah.
pretty fun. That
That
was
is
pretty good.
good.
I enjoyed that.
I'm happy for
Yeah,
you.
we've had a good season.
Good
So
job,
I've still got. I
Immortalis.
still really want to get the chest from Sporefall.
Yeah.
I had to leave the raid this time last week because Evertel ordered pizza for her and the kids while I was raiding.
Oh,
and
for everyone.
it got delivered, but it was so hot that our front door, which
The
is
pizza
very
was not
old,
so hot.
our front door is like 100 years old. It's a huge wooden door.
Yeah.
And it had warped in the heat, and
Yeah.
Evertel couldn't open it, and neither could I. It was like that warped. It stuck
It
itself in the
stuck
door
in,
frame.
yeah.
And so this tragic sight of this pizza left outside the front door.
And the
all
kids were, like,
piled up.
at the window
I'm so
looking at it, and they're like,
hungry. So I went and tried
"Please."
to open it, and I couldn't. And I got the saw out, and I couldn't. I had to phone my brother to come and like just give it a kick from the other side. And that was easy. It was just because you can't pull it, right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
a kick from the
yeah.
outside was easy. And then I spent the rest of the night like sawing down the
Yeah.
edges of the door and stuff like
You
that.
fixed it.
So we could get out. So, but what that means is I'm still after my chest from Sporefall, and then I'm done. I've got all my stuff for the season. I'm
Nice.
pretty happy with that.
Nice.
So yeah, it's good.
But that was fun. But yeah, your brother came and literally kicked our front door down so that we could have our pizza.
Well, not down. It's still
No,
on its hinges.
in. He kicked
like
it
yeah,
in.
it kicked it in.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
There you
we
go.
did the glories. It wasn't all that fun, to be honest. And the mount was. I think the mount was quite good
That's
actually.
okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But yeah, we want the Sporefall mount as well. So
Yeah.
we'll keep on doing that. But
Get it.
Sunday raids, like the kind of progression raid now of kind of Void Spire is kaput.
So
A
no
shame
more
we
Sundays.
never got into March on Keldanas in
yeah.
Mythic,
Yeah.
but such is life.
Oh,
Quite glad we never tried to do Lura, but
Yeah.
I think we probably could have done the Cadbury's Galaxy bird.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, so there we go. And
Yeah.
anything else that you've been doing this week?
That's kind of it. Really, in terms of like the main game, I jumped on the PTR for a little bit to fiddle around with player housing for a bit.
Yeah. How did it go?
Everything just fell apart. I lost patience with the PTR after a short time, but I desperately wanted to give the new pet bed a try.
Yeah. Well, did you get a chance?
I did.
What did you choose?
So naturally, he was at the top of the list. Was that the same for you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I had to go looking for him.
Oh no, Khadgar's floating orb was at the top of the list, and
His
to be
glorious
fair-
radiant ball.
To be fair, I did try. I was like, oh, I'll come back to you, and I did go and I tried to find some cute and funny ones, but no. Then I placed Khadgar's orb, and he literally is like a Roomba. Like he literally has like Roomba
What's sucking
physics.
up dirt?
No, as in like he goes like.
Oh, yeah.
And then he hits a wall, and then he disappears through the wall.
Did he disappear through the wall instantly?
No, mine kind of butted up against the wall
Yeah.
and vibrated.
So I did the exact same. I put Khadgar in the room, and like as soon as he appeared, and I was like, "It's working! He's alive! He's alive!" And Khadgar just instantly went.
Yeah, mine just stood in a corner, facing the corner for a while too. That's what I mean, like Roomba physics. Like he literally
It was like the last scene of Blair Witch Project. It was terrifying. Every time I came into the room and Kagar was just like facing the wall,
the corner.
scary. I was like, Kagar, my God! It was terrifying. And then one time I came into the room and there were 3 of him for some fucking reason.
Oh my God!
And I was like, wow, this has turned out nicely. But then they all disappeared.
Oh,
so,
it's so funny. I was like, okay, I need to replicate this, but I was like, wait, I need to change my transmog before I replicate this. And so I went outside. I got onto my. Oh, it's sports day.
Yeah.
So I hear children screaming. I'm like, what's going on? And I went on and I got onto my yak mount and I opened the transmog and I was like, oh, obviously transmog isn't working on the PTR. Naturally, fine. And then I tried to get off my yak mount and the yak disappeared. But then I was standing in kind of like a cube with the 2 vendors that kind of floated around with me for a while. And then I couldn't dismount it, and then I couldn't mount anything else, and then I had to force quit the game because I literally couldn't do anything, and then I tried to get back in the game, and then the PTR was like, you can't log in.
Yeah, I think they were shutting down the servers at that point. No, because the servers were down for a bit after that. So,
and I was like, oh God. But I will go back, and I do need to get some footage of that because the pet bed is hilarious right now.
I had a great time, and some types of pet they have no wandering around enabled at all. Basically, if your pet is like a floaty pet, it's pretty good. It will start moving around, but anything that needs any animation at all,
I couldn't. Yeah, won't. Okay. I was gonna ask because I was like, oh, let's get this cute little like Tortolin guy. And he did nothing. He just stood there. And
it's like, depressing, isn't it?
Have I done something wrong? Yeah. No, it's just the PTR.
Exactly. So the tech behind that isn't exactly whizzing yet, but it's such a great idea.
It's getting there. I can't wait to see it whizzing.
Did you have a chance to try any blueprints as well?
I didn't actually try importing and exporting things because, again, when you get on the PTR, nothing comes across. So you have to start fresh. And I was like, I'm not going to build, I will play around with it because I do want to see how it works more like in depth.
We had a video out in the last couple of days called like our concerns about 12.1.
Yes.
And we're talking about blueprints in that. We didn't go into detail about it.
No.
We've had that discussion on stream, and I think it's a really interesting discussion, like philosophically and socially. But I didn't want to get into the video. The video was getting too long. So I was like, my main concern with blueprints is that, like I say in that vid, do you want to be the first person to test it? Like when that shit goes live on the first day of 12.1, would you save a string and delete a room? How much money, how many super chats would it take for you on day 1 of 12.1 to save a string of your favorite room in your house?
I mean,
and then delete that room.
You could just give the string to someone else to import and then see if it works.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm asking you.
No, I know.
Would you do it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm not touching that shit for like a week.
One of my shit
no
rooms.
Fucking way. I am not deleting anything for like a week. And when there's been a week of no accidents and reports of like disasters, then I will consider like deleting one of the rooms I've saved, but not until then. I'm not gonna be the first person. I'm not guinea pigging that shit. No way.
Mock up a quick one. Don't use one of your. Oh yeah, you don't have any rooms to play with. That's right. All of my rooms are to play with. You have your rooms all like set and.
Well, exactly. I can't afford to lose anything. I've worked so hard on that.
Exactly.
I ain't doing that. But I am looking forward to the extra interior decor that we are definitely getting on as well.
Yes.
It'll be very, very fun. Okay, so that was my weekend. Wow.
Very nice. Yay.
And the PTR, which we'll talk about properly at some point. Talked about it a lot in the last video about concerns and stuff like that. But I have spent a lot of time, in the new continent and the new content and having a really good time. And I did have a really good time, actually. Especially in the tombs of Atal'Utek, which is inside the mountain, right? So you've got all this outside space, and then you've got inside space, and it's kind of like, what was your favorite thing about the Moor?
Wow.
Was it that you couldn't fly?
No.
Right, okay.
That was not my favorite thing about the Maw. My favorite thing about the Maw was about how genuinely like mean and threatening all the mobs in the environment were.
It's kind of like the Moor.
Cool.
Except a bit less mean and threatening, honestly. So like you go in there and
make it meaner.
It is basically a space just full of baddies, and there's like one little sanctuary there, and it's full of treasures and little quests and stuff. And everywhere you go, it kind of pops up with new objectives, and there's always like a rolling event happening that you can join in with, and there's like little patrol guys you can find who will give you kind of like limited time kind of quests, which is like kill 6 of the children of Ula'tek or rescue 5 of these guys and what have you. And you know, there's a couple of little quest lines in there as well to progress, and it's actually kind of like, it's so unapologetically like just event content, right? It's like, here is your event space. It's like a fucking wedding venue. You go in and it's like, it's events up the absolute wazoo.
Go slay.
It's like, just go and muck around in there.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like you're doing it mostly for, well, rep and for corrosive coins, which is like the currency that you use on the new
CCs.
On the new borrowed power.
Yes.
Like
your new tree, your snake
the
tree.
altar of corrosion. Yeah. But there seems to be minimal time gating there. Like each node on the tree is unlocked with an amount. Well, you didn't watch the video, that's why. Each node on the tree is unlocked with an amount of coins. It's like 1,000 for the first one.
Nice.
It's 1,500 for the second one.
Yeah.
It's 2,000 for the third one, etc., etc. But those are infinitely grindable. So you can go out and you can just stay in there for as long as it takes, and you can unlock at least a half of the tree. To progress it further than that, there's a couple of nodes in the middle where to unlock the nodes you need coins, but you also need to have discovered certain items. And so the question is, I never discovered any of those items while I was going around. I only unlocked 3 nodes, right? But I never discovered any of those items, and the question is like, the very obvious way they could time gate it would be, well, these items don't even become available until a week in or 2 weeks in or whatever. But even then, you can still complete half the tree before you get to those nodes.
Nice.
So worst case scenario,
Yeah.
you could feasibly, technically, which is the best way of being right, complete the tree in 2 sessions.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Like
yeah.
do what, like, and then as soon as it unlocks, do
Pop
the
it
rest
and then
after
do the
that.
rest, yeah.
Best case scenario, which still could be very possible if they drop once you get to a certain number of nodes unlocked or something, is that you could do it in 1 session.
Wow. Okay.
Like it would be an almighty fucking session, but
Yeah.
you know, you could
I
do
love
it.
an
It wouldn't be a very
almighty
efficient
sesh.
way of doing it.
I
but
love
like,
an almighty sesh.
yeah, and I think, well, I know, me too. And you know, like I think that's good. I think we were talking about the time, you know, for me, the most exhausting thing about, say, the Omnium Folio and stuff like that is not even that it's shit. It's not even that it's uninspiring. It's that I have to wait and I don't do anything. Like I have no agency, right? I don't feel like I'm building something. No. I feel like I'm watching something grow. You know, I'm sitting there.
Like,
watching it,
when are
and
you
there's
guys
minimal
be
input
ready
I have
for the
into
next
it.
round?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
you know, WoW is about kind of like player agency and grind, and I think
It is.
you know, going in there and being able to grind it all out in one go.
Let the people grind.
Or at worst, let my people grind. Or worst case scenario too.
genuinely.
Yeah, no,
There's
and that
something to
actually
that.
really heartened me.
Yeah.
And I was like, brilliant. I can go in there and I'll do like a 24-hour stream and I'll fill out the entire thing.
Do
but
it.
the problem is, the tree, it mostly just helps you in the tombs of Atal'Utek. It's like you get
So
more
it's the
coins, you
survivability.
move around a bit more,
Yeah.
you get like help and like mobs help you and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, so what else? Why do I want that?
Yeah.
Why do I want to do that?
That
and,
reminds me.
And the reason you want to do that is because there is some cosmetics you can buy, but not many. Like,
Okay.
and I feel like there need to be more.
Maybe
Because
a
at the
lot
moment,
more?
I'm like, it's kind of a waste to fill out my tree because I could have just bought all of the cosmetics before that. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's the remix Pandaria problem all over
yes,
again.
of
You know,
course,
which
of
they
course.
fixed in Remix Legion, but they haven't
Yeah.
fixed it in Tombs of Atal'Utek yet.
That reminds me, does your guy in Voidstorm, you know, it's like the mini tree in Voidstorm, does he still send you out to do shit?
I don't know. I've
Like,
never done
my
it.
guy still has the
I've
quest.
literally never done it.
I've done it. My guy still has the quest that he tries to send me on. I have one too many thingies to place in the tree. My tree is full. It's been full since forever. I have one there that's unspendable, and he still wants to send me out. Am I missing something with this dude?
I'm not the person to ask. I haven't done one of them. I think I've probably completed the quest, but I haven't handed it in. I don't know.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah. Anyway, just speaking of, trees that give you power within a certain little area, right?
But I've got to say, like, I had
Okay,
fun.
I'm not the only one.
I had fun in the Tombs of Atal'Utek.
Okay.
It was good.
Did it
was
feel
fun.
good?
Yeah, it did feel good because of that like infinite grindy thing, which is not something that you had in the Maw. It's not something that you had in Torghast until later on, and Torghast improved massively once they introduced like infinite grinding in it. So I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was good and quite challenging for the level of gear that you go in with as well. You know, although obviously I was doing all solo, and there will be lots of people in there.
Yes.
And what have you? But yeah, like I had a really good time. I love testing the PTR. It's fun.
I think that's promising.
Yeah, it was good.
That makes me feel good.
Right.
I'm happy to hear that.
Into the news.
Let's get into it.
I want to talk about. I want you to talk about this story for a little while because my voice is actually just almost gone completely now. Because I did not keep my promise of letting you do all the talking.
I know. I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah, there you go. In case you missed it yesterday, over the course of the day, Blizzard dropped a new short story.
Do you want to make that full screen? I'll put it on the screen.
A new short story called "The Bitter Truth." See how that looks? Yeah, that works. "The Bitter Truth," starring Lorthemar himself and Torundo the Grizzled, who I was so excited to see because he rules.
Oh, Goop Shitto.
Glupshitto.
Glupshitto, yeah.
Glupshitto.
It's like, it's Lorthemar and Glupshitto, everyone. I love Glupshitto. Glupshitto's here, everyone. My favorite troll character,
Wait,
Glupshitto.
But like, I specifically remembered Torundo from.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm
Sorry.
messing around. Wait, I wasn't being facetious. I was like, oh yeah, no, really. No, because he's one of the guys when you have to go around.
I'm so sorry.
Atal'Utek.
Oh no! Oh no!
Suleiman, and you have to be like
Troll Twitter are gonna come for me again.
Yeah, no, and you
They're
have
gonna
to
fucking
go,
come for me.
You have to go and you have to get. You have to get the Kinduru, the uncle. You have to get him. You have to tell everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, Torundo the Grizzled is like such a top tier name. So
yeah.
Anyway,
You remember that one?
Yes, exactly.
That's cool.
Yesterday, over the course of the day, Blizzard released this kind of 3-part video series of what is being described as a short story.
Yeah.
But the way they presented it in the video, I thought was really, really good. And they did actually release a PDF of this for people who prefer reading.
And the PDF has got stuff in it which isn't in the audio dialogue.
Yes.
It's done just as a script. They just do the dialogue in the videos. But there's actual descriptive text as well.
Yeah, so there's exactly. So I hadn't seen the PDF until he was like, just go listen to it. Just go listen to it. I don't usually love audiobooks or listening because I just much prefer doing the reading. But I loved this one and I really enjoyed it for that exact fact. It's not an audiobook. It is literally the dialogue between these two is performed by Gideon Emery, who does Lorthemar, and the voice actor for Torundo, who is amazing at it.
He's brilliant.
He is really
my favorite is him at the beginning of the stories, though, because Lorthemar, Gideon Emery's like, welcome to the bitter truth with me, Gideon Emery. And the other guy's like, and I am playing Torundo.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, man. It's so good.
It's really good. And so basically it's in 3 parts. They're all about 6 minutes long. Again, I don't really understand why they're released in 6-minute segments all on the same day. Because they all start with like, hello, I'm Gideon Emery.
Welcome back. And then they will end with like, what will happen next? See you next time.
And and there's a line they say at the end, and it's like, and there we go. And like, it's like, okay. I'm just gonna listen next one. So I found that a bit. Maybe they intended to release these over a few days or something.
Okay,
this is just like marketing.
I'm gonna let you talk about it in a minute, right?
Oh, okay. But you need to talk about it.
I need to talk about this just only because you brought up the release schedule.
Okay, you get in. You get in.
This is like it dropped. The first one dropped while we were on stream.
Yeah.
And we listened to it, and like, if you are one of those people who has been working really, really hard to avoid spoilers for upcoming story and stuff like that, well, fucking sucks to be you, because they announced 12.1 before 12.07 came out, and before the story for 12.107 came out, and spoiled that for you. So fuck you. And also, like, if you were successfully avoiding any spoilers and you listened to this audio drama, as well you might have wondered what the fuck they were talking about at the very beginning of the first episode, where they're like,
oh wait, hold on, this is a spoiler. If anyone doesn't want to listen to this,
I'm not how. But this is the thing.
I know.
We're just talking about something that Blizz put out. So this isn't even a blue bot spoiler. This is like a yellow bot spoiler.
Yeah,
this
but
is
this
like
is a story spoiler.
Yeah.
That is coming out in the next phase of the story, which is, what was it, July 7th, July 8th?
Well, next week.
Next week.
And they're talking about a big meeting and conversation, and they're still there, and this is set directly after that conversation because they're still there in Haranir, right?
Yeah.
And they're both
In
like,
Harandar,
whoa, Harandar, sorry. No, they're in a Haranir each. And like and they're in a pub just hanging out in Harandar, and they're talking about what a great speech it was at points and stuff like that. And it's like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've done it on the PTR, but anyone who is avoiding spoilers or just, doesn't follow stuff online, and what have you, has no fucking clue what you're talking about right now.
I know.
Because fuck you.
I know.
And it's
such
like
a weird choice.
And I was like, what, do you remember when we went through the PTR and we did the story on the PTR and stuff like that, and we were like, we speculated, I can't even remember what the reason was now, but we said it seemed pretty likely that the story quests with Zul'Jan and with this meeting would be happening in week 3 of the patch.
Yeah.
And we there was some pretty good obvious reasons on the PTR why we came to that conclusion.
Yes.
I was like, it'll be week 3 when these story. Well, I think Blizz might have originally planned that because this is week, like this should have come out after the story happens. And I've got a feeling they just pushed it back to week 4 or whatever for the story, but didn't push this back. And like this is meant to accompany the storyline, which should have happened, except it shouldn't have happened this week. It should have happened in week fucking 1. Like,
just give me the story.
We said this in PTR anyway. We're like, it's bullshit. Put the fucking story out week 1 with everything else. And like, it's like Blizzard were determined to prove us even more right than we thought we were, because it was going, oh, you think it would have just been better to put out the story in week 1? Well, we're going to show you it would have been even better than you thought by announcing 12.1 and fucking ruining the story anyway, which wouldn't have happened if the story came out in week 1. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to release a fucking audio drama which spoils it again and which relies on it happening. So fuck you.
And it kind of, you can't enjoy this without knowing about the thing that happens.
Of course you can,
you can enjoy it. We have an elf, a blood elf, and an Amani troll, right? There's going to be some tension, but it's so wild. And they're like, "Hey, can you believe that thing?
It's just like,
that big thing that happened?" Yeah, and it's like, wait, what? And someone who hasn't done that quest or doesn't know about it, they'd be like,
honestly,
what the fuck?
I'm going to stop moaning about this in a minute, but it's like, it's so fucking amateur.
It's so goofy.
That's what it is. It's fucking amateur.
So
and like, all would have been avoided if they just put the fucking story out in the first week like they should have done. Like, everyone wants them to, but they're like, oh no, we can't put the story out in the first week. We'll hold it for a couple of weeks. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But then don't drop 2 fucking different spoilers in the time before the story comes out. You fucking idiot.
This sucks because this is clearly just a disconnect between like the marketing team who posts these things, right? They control the release of content like stories and like everyone else, and it's like, man,
it was absolutely wild. And the fact that they have 3 parts of this audio drama, and they dropped all 3 of them within a couple of hours of each other, I think also suggests that they had no fucking idea what they were doing with this thing. Because they were not all meant to be released on the same day, surely. Surely.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It just feels like...
It's strange.
I'm glad they did release it on the same day. Because you know what, Blizz? It's good when you release all your story at the same time.
I was just going to say, I really enjoyed... absorbing it. Maybe there is something about like, just 6-minute digestible fragments rather than an 18-minute long video. I mean, there could be something to it. Anyway,
the lore reveal is something that's a reveal to the characters but not to players.
Yes.
But regardless of that, they are literally referring to a conversation that they just all had in the quest line.
Yes,
very specifically. Like, regardless of the lore that's being revealed, they are literally referring to events that will happen in game next week.
How do you feel about the thing? The way so and so said that thing. They literally say that, and you're like, huh? What?
fucking
Who
insane.
did it?
Yeah.
Very silly.
Very,
Very
so
silly.
that's the title of the podcast. That's why we called the podcast what we did this
Yes.
week, because it does seem like a very, very strange storytelling decision
It
on
is.
Blizzard's part, and it
Okay.
made me tampin, mate.
Okay. I have to ask, is that the thing that made you really angry about this?
Yeah.
Or was there something?
Well, there's some more delicate reasons as well, which I think
okay.
you might touch on. But now the floor is yours, Evie.
Okay.
I got that out of the way. Sorry.
There we go. I'm glad we got that out of the way. That's just some context. So this story called The Bitter Truth. In the video versions, you have these kind of very slowly animated. They're sitting at a bar. You have Lorthemar and you have Torundo, and they're clearly in Harandar, and they're having a drink, and they're drinking from like cups shaped like flowers, so you know where they are.
On which you can place in your own home. Like you can, it's all decor.
It's
all
all
the,
decor.
all the images used in this are decor.
Yeah.
So you
all
can,
the
you can
housing
recreate the
brain
scene.
people are like, yeah.
But on stream,
Yeah.
people who didn't know anything about the quest line next week,
Uh-huh.
they were like speculating. They were like, oh, is this happening in hell? Are they like in purgatory or something? Which is why it's like, no, you just haven't seen the quest from next week. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, why are they in this place?
Yeah,
together?
totally.
Like,
Because
what
it seems
would-
like a very weird random place.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
exactly, absolutely. And they're having, basically, in short, they're having a discussion. And the cool thing about the video is that it is just a back and forth dialogue between the two of them. There's no expositional writing. There's no description. There's no like Lorthemar looked up at his companion. It's literally just speaking
And
to each
that
other.
is in the PDF, but not in these videos.
Exactly. So it's like a properly written kind of short story, but in this case, and this is why I think it really, really excels. Like I thought it's more of a performance as opposed to just an audiobook reading.
Yeah.
And I love that about it.
And it's animated as well. The
Yeah,
animations are
very,
very sparse, but there
Although
is
some of them they do
there is
change
literal
of
scene
scenes,
changes.
there's
It's
scene
really good. Yeah,
changes.
it's really good. And
yeah.
kind of imagery depicting what they're talking about and stuff like that, flashbacks and things. It's cool.
Although they do play a lot of like familiar zone music in the and
Confusing,
anytime like the
isn't it?
troll
Yeah.
music comes
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
I'm like it's just so I get just easily distracted with that stuff. So you have these two guys, and they are as you can imagine a bit at odds, but they have sat down to have a drink together, basically to drink it out. Right, they're going to drink it out, and they're going to have some
It's
chats.
ostensibly peace talks. Liadrin has set up these talks between the two, because she Liadrin is like the only blood elf who's like in with the trolls right now, and then she has purposely not turned up.
Yeah,
They've
she
been
has
set
not.
up.
Yeah,
it's like a
exactly.
blind date.
Yeah, basically. So these two are forced to have a civil discussion. They're in a public place. They're in a pub,
And
right?
already, if you haven't listened to this, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, here we go. World of Friendcraft. Oh, two mortal enemies who hate each other are gonna, end up. They're gonna be antagonistic towards each other at first, but then they're gonna end up seeing eye to eye, and they'll probably hug it out, probably have a baby or something, and does that happen?
No, none of that. Well, maybe after they have a baby. I don't know, but the no babies are had or made in this short story.
Quite a few are killed, though. To be fair.
Yeah. So basically, they end up having this back and forth, and they start uncovering their kind of histories and their stories as Blood Elves and as Amani Trolls. And there's a kind of there's a moment around which everything hinges, which is them talking about this time when Lorthemar came across a wagon, and on it there were a bunch of like murdered blood elves and blood elf children. And that is also like, that's kind of throughout the whole thing. There's a lot of like violence described. It's all about these scenes of war and conflict, but like really kind of unabashedly going on about like kids died, like people were murdered, like someone murdered children. And it's like, it's very intense. And there are a lot of these drawings of like, like kid trolls and kid blood elves, and then like crying, like, in flames. It's kind of, it was a lot. But they start digging into a little bit this, kind of like what happened in this moment. Obviously as retribution, Lorthemar and the Blood Elves take these Amani Trolls, who they describe as monsters, as savages who carried out this attack, and they execute them. Not just, they don't just kill them. Lorthemar goes into detail about how they wanted them to feel like these people who were ravaged and like murdered brutally. So it's really intense, right? And you just have these two voices going back and forth, describing these things that have happened, and it does get quite.
I want to make it very
hardcore.
clear: the tone of this as well, is like there's zero regret on either side.
Oh yeah,
and that's a really important part of it. In that, like, they're not like, oh, and then we murdered all these children. I feel really bad about it. It was like, no. They these two characters hate each other.
They
make no secret of the
each
fact
other.
that they hate each other.
Yes.
And they delight in describing the atrocities that they themselves have committed on the people of the other.
Yeah.
Like Lorthemar enjoys describing like the trolls that he has helped kill and the villages he helped burn and the innocent people he killed.
Yeah.
And this troll enjoys doing the same.
Yeah.
And like that's crazy and wild and not something you'd expect in WoW if you believe like the internet narratives about WoW at the moment. The infantile, the Disneyfication of WoW after all, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And it's really.
I'd feel weird if I just brought out a video called the Disneyfication of WoW and then they drop these stories, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty intense. And they like Tally says, they are uncompromising. Each of them is like, trying to not necessarily one up the other, but always in response. But always in response to the other. It's like, oh yeah, well you must have been a little troll around that time, weren't you? And it's like, oh, I don't recognize you. There's this whole thing where it's like they were clearly kind of involved in the same event in some degree. When Torundo was a child and Lorthemar was an elf because he's an elf, so he's older. But there's this whole thing of it's like, I didn't see you. I wouldn't have seen you, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't recognize you, but I recognize your kind, right? Like I recognize your type. I know you. And it was I really, really liked it. And it I will talk about some of the things that happen in here, but I do encourage you to listen to the story because it unfolds really nicely. The way it kind of escalates is really good. And they just sit here and they just sip their drinks, and then there's a verbal back and forth. And at one point, Torundo apparently goes too far because Turalyon, like in the thumbnail of this video, just punches him in the face.
Yeah.
Turalyon,
and then they just carry on.
And then they just carry on.
Yeah.
And Turalyon's like, not super apologetic. He's like, yeah, I probably should have done that.
Well, he's quite apologetic to the Haranar.
Yeah. He's like,
he's like, sorry, everyone.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Not to you, but to everybody. Sorry, I made a scene. Which is funny because Turalyon is the only one who kind of...
Not Turalyon, Lorthemar.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I am here.
Yeah. Oh,
hello.
I hated it when you killed all those people.
And Lorthemar just punches him in the face. So it is interesting because I find Lorthemar much more the more dislikable character in this. He comes across as an absolute asshole, whereas Torundo I feel very sympathetic for.
Well, something that is done really well in this story is the reminder that elves live a lot longer than trolls.
Yes, this is the most interesting thing that comes up.
There's this brilliant thing where it's like, yeah, man, like Torundo came across Lorthemar for the first time when Lorthemar was like massacring his village as a child, and Lorthemar is the same guy as he was then.
He's
right?
just the same dude, just a little bit older.
And it's like, it hammers home that the elves, by definition, can commit per person so much more violence and murder and bloodshed and atrocity in their lifetime than a troll can. Like, they just can't. They don't live long enough to do as much as an elf can.
Yeah.
And there's an imbalance there, which Torundo recognizes very strongly.
Yeah.
Right. And it's I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was really cool.
I thought that was really good. I think that's probably why I find Torundo so much more sympathetic, because he'll never live as long as Lorthemar.
Yeah.
And he has to experience all of these like confrontations with war and violence and like hatred in a shorter lifespan, and he has to learn faster, right? Like, and so in a way, like, all trolls have to deal with this in a different way. Yeah, it was quite an interesting point to come up. And of course, the more they talk about this encounter, the more things unravel. It's revealed that the elves that had been murdered, they had actually been smuggling like enchanted weapons or something, right? It was actually the Far Striders, right? Because this whole thing is like, no, they were just civilians on this wagon, but they're actually Far Striders, and who had like kind of pointedly brought children with them. Yeah. And this is where I found it to be a bit like jarring.
So this is really weird what you're about to talk about.
Yeah, this is a weird thing. And I was like, would I hear this wrong? Or like, did I misunderstand? But no, it's like the Far Striders were smuggling these like elven weapons, to try and decimate the Amani, presumably. And they bring children with them, specifically, I guess, not to be attacked, maybe, right?
So the entire point is like the caravan is disguised as a civilian caravan. That's why when Lorthemar and the Far Striders discover it and see all the dead children, and they think it is a civilian caravan, and that's why they go and massacre the village,
and then they destroy it
as retribution, and that's why they kill all the civilians in the village, because like, we'll do to you what you did to us. And then it's meant to be a kind of reveal that, but actually they were smuggling weapons, and it was a Far Strider caravan, and they'd taken their kids there as like human shields or whatever. And like the reason why all the trolls in the village were really drunk is because they only realized there were kids there afterwards, and they felt really bad about it, and they were like, why would they bring their kids? And the suggestion is that the Blood Elves had brought their kids along as like human shields, but then kind of kept them secret. And like the trolls were able to massacre all the Far Striders before they realized there were kids there, which kind of defies the point of human shields, and it's kind of fucked up, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
Or no, I think they knew kids were there, and then maybe only...
No, the implication is definitely that the trolls realized after the massacre that there were kids there.
Okay.
And because they were like, well, this was clearly a Far Strider, they were smuggling weapons. And then they realized all the kids were there, and it's like, so the implication is that the Blood Elves we're using kids as human shields, atrocious, horrible. But then we're keeping the kids secret.
I actually didn't get that. I thought it was just like the trolls murdered everyone on this caravan and then realized that it no,
so they felt bad. They felt bad about killing the kids afterwards. That was the whole point. And
so
it was meant to be a humanization of the trolls in that moment. But like they would only feel bad about killing the kids if they didn't realize the kids were there when they decided to kill everyone there. So like they just saw Far Striders and they just saw weapons and then they killed everyone, and like the kind of them regretting it only works if they realize the kids were there afterwards. Which means the Far Striders must have been keeping them secret. They were keeping their human shield secret. That's weird. That's not how it works.
So it becomes very intense, and then of course the Torundo's uncle is one of these one of the trolls who murders people in the caravan, and as a result he's executed by like Trallion and his people. And Torundo's like, if a troll ever went and like murdered a child just for the sake of it, this would be the first time, because that's not what we do.
Can I say, are you describing the bit that you're about to get angry about? Because I feel like the story isn't actually very important in this.
No,
like, the story is not what this is about. And I feel like you're getting weighed down in the actual story weeds here. So unless you're building up to the thing that you're angry about.
No, I'm not. And that's a good point, actually. It's a good way to move on from it. Like I'm actually, I'm not going to be super concerned about like the intricacies of the storytelling, because what is the important thing is that they have both it has become clear that they have both committed some absolutely horrific acts. And then the resolution is that there is no resolution. They're just like, well, shit, that's really bad. But, you know, no one's like sad about it. No one's, no one's having a good cry about it. They just sip their drinks, you know, and get on with it.
Well, and then Troll just leaves, right?
Yeah, and then he gets up and leaves.
And he's like, yeah. And Lorthemar says something like, well, I wish you the future you deserve. And the Troll guy's like, I wish you the future that you think you want.
Which is good. I really like
zingers,
that.
Zingers all around.
Yeah,
and like it's zingers all the way through, to be honest.
The whole thing is zingers.
I cannot stress enough, right? This isn't like a conversation so much as it is a slanging match. Like they really are just trying to hurt each other with their words. They're just trying to get to the other one. There's very little, if any, regret about the atrocities that they have committed to the other, and they use them as like, far from bringing them up so they can get it off their chest and confess or be sad about them, they're bringing it up specifically to get at the other person.
Yes,
you know, it's like that's what they're doing. And so there's this incredibly like harrowing among the characters, not the story, I hasten to add, but among the characters involved, there's this horrifying glorification of their like acts. And like, you know, Lorthemar is more convinced of his side's righteousness than Torundo is. Like Torundo is like, we're all fucked. It's just fucking sucks. You suck. I suck. And they are both right about the other. They've done terrible things, and like, you know, no one. They're like both are right about the other and kind of wrong about themselves. And
that's what makes it really good, right? They both have their version of the truth and what, you know, what has happened, and exactly. They're right about the other, and I like
so if we're like sitting down analyzing, well, who did right and who did wrong, you're missing the point of the story.
Exactly. They are both very much in the wrong, but they have both committed things in hopes of preserving themselves and their people,
and also out of spite. And that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of weight put on the idea that like every action described in this story is a retaliation for another action, right? It's like, well, you killed civilians, so we went and like wiped out some villages, and then the people that survived that came back and wiped out a few villages, so we wiped out some villages. And it's like, that's very much what it is. It's a tit for tat thing rather than anything else. And it's harrowing to listen to, because it's a lot of innocent people being killed by lore characters who, even if you don't remember who Gobshito is, you probably know who Lorthemar is. And it's kind of horrifying to hear him talk like this, like literally, like, I killed your people, they were motherfuckers, and I killed the children, but you know, fuck them, they shouldn't have. You're like, you guys shouldn't have been harboring. You shouldn't have killed these people, and like, fuck you, I'll do it all again. I'll kill all of you. Fuck you. And it's kind of weird to hear that happen. Not unbelievable in any way, far from it. But you know, it knocks you for six. It's incredibly intense, and that's basically all that happens is that they talk about this.
That's it.
And then no resolution.
No resolution.
No, like, well, you know, I think I've gained a newfound respect for you or whatever.
Nope.
No, they still fucking hate each other at the end. They've just maybe they don't respect each other or like each other anymore at the end.
Nope.
Maybe they hate themselves a bit more.
Yes.
But otherwise there's no kind of change in their relationship. There's a change in how they see themselves a little bit maybe. But, you know, no kind of relationship arc, put it that way.
Yeah. I thought it was really powerful, and
me too. What was the bit that annoyed you?
Okay, so I'll be Lorthemar, and you can be Torundo. Okay.
Okay. Do I have to remember something that he said?
No, you don't. Okay. You can just sit there.
Okay.
All right then, troll. I believe we're truly at odds. Have a drink. I swear to God, the slurping noises, I was like...
You usually like slurping noises.
Fucking stop the slurping noises. I literally had to mute it every time they took a drink. I love that we are listening to a conversation, but holy shit, the slurping noises made me want to die. I was like, stop. Every time someone lifted a mug, I was like, no, you don't have to play the sound. That's just me. By the end of it, I was like, I have heard 50 different slurps. Like, I bet they were in the studio, and it's like,
That reminds me, it's our anniversary next week.
They were in the studio, and it was like, all right, Gideon, it's your turn to do 50 different sounds.
That's what the shippers would like. But instead they're just talking about murder. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's just me. Clearly no one else was irritated by this, but I was just like, but I'm the person who, like, you know, if Tally walks into the room and I'm just sitting quietly and he starts eating a bowl of cereal, I'm the one who's like,
yeah. And it's so funny because, like, sometimes Evertel wants to eat a bowl of cereal in the living room while we watch TV, and she's always like, and I'm like, dude, just eat the fucking cereal. I'm not like you. I don't get annoyed by you eating cereal. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry.
People do have, was it like a misophonia? Like, people do have, I don't have it. I just
No, it's only for me. It's like, you don't have misophonia. You're just annoyed by me specifically eating.
No,
and I'm not annoyed by you eating.
I get annoyed by other people. It's eating noises, slurping noises. Okay, I mean, like one other person.
I love
like
slurping noises. But
yeah,
like,
okay,
you know.
maybe, yeah. Anyway, it's not real feedback. It just made me laugh because it's like, once I started listening for the slurps, I couldn't stop.
Once the slurping stops, you just can't stop.
Like, I'm okay if I don't think about it, but then I started thinking about it, and then I started anticipating them, and then I fell into the hole of, anyway.
Yeah.
But beyond that, really, really good. Definitely listen to it. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I loved that it wasn't just a short story read. It was more of just a performance between the two of them. And they're both so good at it.
Oh, they're so good.
They're
That's
both,
the
like,
thing.
uncompromising. Like, they're very, very, very good at it.
Like, Lorthemar, Torundo, and Tyrallion are all just so good in it. Like,
Sorry. You know, it's because we watched Vox Machina. That's
oh
why
yeah,
it's like-
I loved it as well. And like, the thing that I really loved about it was that there was no resolution, that there was no handshake at the end.
Yeah,
and
no.
It really showed you the worst side of each character.
Yes,
and in many ways, and I think this is a really important part of, and to be honest, the quests that it's supposed to be placed after kind of do this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a big meeting of elves and trolls in Harandar, and before and after, most of them are like, I fucking hate these guys.
Yeah.
Like, all the elves are like, the night elves are like, I fucking hate these trolls.
Yeah.
I fucking hate all these elves. They fucking suck. And after the big conversation, they're still like that. There's like, I hate them even more now.
Like, wow, these
Fuck
guys
these
are the
guys.
worst.
Yeah, and the trolls like that
Both
as
of
well.
them. Yeah.
And you have like younger characters like Zappy Boy and stuff there, and they're kind of into it. They like it. But you know, what I'm saying is, do you remember when the whole temporary alliance of the elves happened for the cleansing of the dark world?
Yes.
And I was like, okay, look, I buy this if they're not all friends afterwards.
Exactly. And that's what's happening.
And at the time, I expressed doubt that Blizz would explore how they weren't all friends afterwards. And I've been proven wrong, because they have done that, both in the questing that comes next week and this story which is set after that questing. It's made very clear that even though they work together to cleanse the Darkwell, the elves at least, that they all still hate each other.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool. And this makes that incredibly clear.
It's extremely
And having
clear,
Lorthemar, who's been like our wise old dude for the entire expansion so
he's such
far,
an asshole in
being
this.
such an asshole
He's
in this.
awful in this.
And it's like, and you know, obviously with like current world events and stuff, a lot of it hits really close to home.
Yeah, I found it like
especially
really
talking about human
uncomfortable
shields and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and what have you.
it was awful.
And like, you know, it's, and I think anyone who tries to look at this from a point of view of, oh, were they justified to
Who
do this?
did
Like, it's
wrong first,
completely,
yeah.
completely irrelevant. It's like, the entire point of this is that, and so, okay, what I was going to say is, something like this is, in a way, even more World of Peacecraft than the elves coming together. Let me explain. Because something like this, where they just really go like at it, and they're like, these people, we just killed all these people, and then you just killed all these people, and then we just killed all these people. No one has gained anything. Like, and it really shows you the damage that constant combat and war does, not to your enemies, but to you. And this is something we were talking about yesterday in the car when we were talking about The Dispossessed, the best book ever written, in my opinion. Like, this idea that the reason, and this is something that, like, a lot of people, when they're criticizing the story and why peace is important and why peace is shown as being important, is that a lot of people go, oh my God, we have to make peace. We have to forgive all these people for what they did to my favorite race and what have you. It's like, it's a selfish thing. It's a self-preservatory thing, because, like, doing violence on other people, yes, they are the biggest victims, the people you're doing it to, but the other victims in that scenario are you, your people, your society. When you enact violence on people, this is why I'm completely against capital punishment. When you enact violence on people, even if you think they deserve it, that damages you, you know? And you shouldn't want to be damaged. Like it's better for you not to do that. When you massacre people, when you put people to death, when you retaliate violently for violence, it damages your enemies, but it damages you and your society and your people on like a spiritual fundamental level. And that is one of the things that causes generational trauma, as well as being victims of it. And you see that in real life, and you see that in this story, right? These two guys are fucked up. Like, they're incredibly fucked up.
It was a really great illustration of that, I thought. Right? And there is nothing, we are none the wiser by the end of this. Neither of them are.
There's almost, and one of the reasons I think it's good when WoW leans into being very explicit about the remorseless violence that these people kind of enact on each other, it's good because actually it makes the case for peace better than anything else.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it shows you why peace is important, because these people are damaging themselves, you know, and like, especially like the elves who live forever, right? Or for a very long time. Who knows how fucking long the Blood Elves live now?
Unclear,
no
right?
one fucking knows.
It's a long time.
But
longer
like,
than trolls.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about it. And it really reminded me of the scene we happen to be talking about in the day, or in the Dispossessed, where it's like, it was really, really good. And it kind of like, and also just from a kind of tonal point of view, and I feel like we say this every patch when some story or video comes out, or like some cinematic or a certain quest line happens. We're like, well, that's quite a good answer to the people who say that there is none of this in WoW. And, you know, this isn't a one-off. We say this every patch, you know? It's like, people say this stuff isn't in there, and it is every single time. We can point to some really horrific stuff that's happening between people. And, you know, it would be nice if this was in the game, although it wouldn't fucking work in the game.
Exactly,
like,
and that's the thing. You're never going to get quite this level. You know, you're not going to get 18 minutes of this kind of like revelatory dialogue in the video game, because that's not how it works. So it's always.
But it would be fun. You get it in other video games. It would work in other video games. That's not something you can really do in WoW. And that's why. There's, as you can imagine, under these videos on YouTube, there's a lot of comments which are like, "Oh, it would be good to have this in the story. It would be good to have this in the game instead of like tertiary media." And it's like, I've just never agreed with that talking point. I'm like,
that's just what WoW is.
You can do stuff with novels, with short stories, with cinematics, with like comics that you can't do in the game. And, you know, people who care about the story and care about the game, it's good that those things are there, because it's all world building and it all kind of. And I come from an era where, you know, perpetual online games didn't exist. You know, I had my fantasy education and initial, like, you know, fanboyism and involvement in fantasy stuff when I was in the 90s, you know, in my teens, right? And like, there was no such thing as tertiary media, because everything was tertiary media. Like, I played Warhammer 40,000, and all of the lore came from codexes, or from like video games, or from like separate books, or from like the many illustrations that, or short stories that used to appear in White Dwarf magazine and stuff like that. I was really into Star Wars. Gobshito is my favorite character. And like, you know, there were literally 3 movies, some Ewok movies, and a cartoon, and that was it. That's all we had. So everything was short story collections and comics and you know, like fan like fiction and stuff like that. And like, you're in the entire way that you immerse yourself in these kind of, well, no one called them franchises or IPs at the time. The only way that you immersed yourself in these universes was through all of these different things and all of these different strands of storytelling. And so like, maybe it's just because I'm older and that's what I'm used to, but that's how I'm used to my fantasy universes being delivered, right?
Absolutely.
And like, you know, so I've never had a problem with stuff like this not being in the game. It's not hard to find. It's free.
It's there.
You know,
Yeah.
and like, I love that. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's such great world building and it's so important. And like, it is the thing that people pretend that WoW doesn't have.
Yeah.
And it, like, please listen to this. It's nasty and horrible and harrowing and sad
it's really good.
and violent
really,
and
really
bad.
good, yeah.
And it's great for that.
Yeah.
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 I loved it. Congratulations to all involved, except the people who decided when it was coming out.
Yeah, and whoever put all the slurps in, man.
Yeah.
That's unforgivable.
Yeah, it is unforgivable. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Thank you for explaining that to us, Evertel. That was.
I love that. I love that you saved yourself up for that bit. But you said you weren't going to talk much, but you did just very eloquently explain some very nice things.
I loved it. I thought it was really good.
I
because
really
we've
loved
been
it too.
talking earlier in the day about how enacting violence on people like damages you.
Yeah.
Like on a spiritual level. So like the chapter we're talking about in The Dispossessed, which everyone should read. It's my favorite book.
It's a really good book.
You know, there's this like anarchic world on the moon, right?
Anarchists on the moon.
They've been allowed to set up this anarchic society on the moon, and so they don't have prisons because they're anarchists, right? And like they learn about prisons because the planet that they are a moon of is this hyper-capitalist planet.
Yeah,
and so
basically
they learn about these things, right? And there's this amazing scene where the kids are like taught about the concept of prisons in school, and no one can get their heads around it. They're like, why would you do that? Why would you take away someone's freedom no matter what they did? That's crazy. But they're kids, right? So in the yard afterwards, they're like, oh, let's play prisons. Who wants to be the prisoner? And they lock this guy up. They lock him up and they leave him there because he wants to be left there. He's like, I'm going to be the prisoner. Leave me here. And they come back the next day and the dude is like changed forever.
Yeah.
And they are as well.
And they're like, oh my God, how could
they're like, why did we do that?
Why did we do that?
And you know, I've never read. I wouldn't say it's changed my mind, but it's like I've never read anything that made me question like what I considered to be obvious, firmly held morals before. Because like I came out of it thinking, yeah, actually, the fact that we do just lock people up is kind of fucked up. You know, no matter what they do, because it damages us to do that. Like it hurts us to do that. And it's weird, like being a member of a society that enacts violence on others is harmful to us. And anyway, whatever. It's a topic I'm really interested in at the moment.
It's a great story. It's really good.
Really, really good, yeah.
Definitely give it a listen. And I guess I'm going to go and read the PDF as well to see if there's anything that I missed.
Yeah.
That pops up in there too. But yeah, so that is really good. Really looking forward to doing the story next week that comes before this. Right, should we move on to... We've still got quite a few things to cover before we go.
The next important thing is probably... the
Cyber interview?
Yeah, the Cyber interview. So did you have a chance to look through the bullet points of this one?
I did have a quick look. So yeah, lovely Cyber TV did an interview with Ian, which you should definitely go have a listen to. It's up on Wowhood if you want to go listen. And thankfully there's a bit of a recap coming here for us. What jumped out at you, Tally, about this?
My favorite bit of the entire interview was where Ian was talking about bugs, and interesting, like on a actually not funny and very interesting level. He was talking about, he was asked about, is the patch cadence kind of hurting the quality of the game in terms of like polish and bugs and things? He's like, and again, it's Ian, take it with what you like. And I've read the comments on here, and literally it's all like the first 10 comments are like, I fucking hate Ian. And it's like kind of sad. If you hate someone that much, man, just shut the fuck up, honestly. He's talking about how we wouldn't ship something if it wasn't ready. I'm not sure if I believe that. And we're fine pushing stuff back if it doesn't work. The 8-week patch cadence is an aim, but we're not stuck to it. If we need to make it longer, we will, which I don't believe for a second, because like I feel at this moment the patch cadence is like very much set in stone with the way that patches are coming out and when they're planning to release things and what have you. Although maybe the fact that these short stories came out a week before they should have done shows that maybe some stuff does get pushed back when it's not ready and stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's actually proof of what he's saying. But he talked about 12.0.5 and how buggy that was.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think that was to do with, lack of time or anything else. There were some quite specific problems with that patch. And he talks about the housing issues that were there when 12.5 happened. And,
this is so good.
like a lot of people logged in, went to their houses, and there was, decor floating around, decor in wrong places and stuff like that. It was very messed up. I purposely did not go into my house because people warned me about it. And apparently, the reason that was happening, the thing that was causing that bug, was because there was a bug with the elevator in Siege of Orgrimmar. And that bug that was affecting the elevator in Siege of Orgrimmar was content. I mean, you know the elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know the elevator I'm talking about.
The one that murders you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what was causing the housing issues at the launch of 12.0.5 and why they had to disable housing while they fixed it.
Yeah. Well, it was actually so the bug was that players would fall through the elevator. And then, it says here, because of the complex nature of 25 years of codes, aspects of how a player attaches to an elevator also touches on how objects can be stacked or touch each other in housing. So they verified that the elevator worked, but they never went back and checked housing.
Yeah.
In hindsight, yeah.
That's not even the worst thing that elevator's ever done.
No,
that motherfucker.
Dude, they're gonna have to make like one of these like audiobooks about the elevator, because that elevator has committed absolute atrocities.
Exactly. You're gonna have the elevator sitting there with Gulp Shitto talking about all the massacres they've done. And then I killed the whole raid team. They called it. They were so angry with each other. And Gulp Shitter was like, I can't compete with that. You are actually the most evil one. Fucking hell. So, if you were affected by that housing bug, if you went into your house when 12.05 launched and all your shit was everywhere, like some squatters had been in or something,
floor,
then it was, little did you know at the time that it was actually the return of an old foe.
Yeah.
It was actually a recurring character. It was an old baddie coming back. Blizz always say they should reuse old content, right?
Yeah, there's a lot in this interview. I particularly enjoyed the bits where it's talking about a bit like are they serving the people that they should be serving? Ian
is always serving.
Yeah, Ian's absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he's got a stylist recently or something, because that dude is fucking immaculate every time I see him. Like he always looks so good.
Yeah.
Like he is serving.
Yeah. So but it's like and there's a point here that always jumps out at me every time they say it, every time they reiterate this, I'm like, oh yeah, I forget it. And then I remember it every time, because I'm a child, right? And then I remember it every time someone like Ian says it, where it's like, listen, there are so many people who play this game, who play it solo, who play it maybe just within a small group of people, who literally do not engage with, and Ian says specifically, it's like, who, aren't necessarily represented by content creators.
I noticed that line as well, and I was like, "Oh, we should lean more into that."
And that's because people who make videos, streams, content, whatever, like there are always going to be people who simply do not engage with that level. Like they don't engage with WoW on that level. They play it as a game. Maybe they have a Discord. Like maybe they have some social connections in there, or maybe not. But like that's a huge part of the audience. And that's easy to forget. And I'm not saying that because I think of like trying to center myself in this in any way, because I don't, I'm on the fringes of the fringes. But it's pretty fascinating, especially in terms of like online discourse around bugs, around things that happen, around the way that like a point might ignite, it might go out there on social media, and it might catch, and it might spread absolutely everywhere, and it might become a whole issue, and Wowhead will write an article about it, and then someone else will make 5 videos about it. Someone might make 5 videos about it. I don't know who. But, it's just a part of the way the game is played and experienced, the way we experience it. But it doesn't necessarily reflect everyone, right?
Yeah.
So they have the metrics. They know who's playing. They know what they're playing and how they're playing. So I'm always like, okay, sure. That's not to, like, let them off the hook when things don't go in a way that feels good, or, you know, time gating kicks in and it feels bad, right? It's just worth remembering, and Ian brings it up a few, you know, this comes up a few times in this interview, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then there's some more concrete things, like delves. There's a whole team now dedicated to delves. I kind of assumed there was before.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And I was like, well, now there's a team dedicated to delves. Okay. The team is Bran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting there in Justice hat.
Yeah. You know, for housing, they're like, this is, the metaphors are coming thick and fast. It's a foundation on which to continue building. As it's housing. But it's you know, it's there. They're going to keep growing housing. We've heard about this before, right? We have inklings of things that may come or may be coming, which is, you know, but just reiterating that. But also, I like this, where it's like, you know, they've heard feedback from players that it's never forcing me to do it. And I have so many other things that I want to do. But Ian says, that's okay. It's there for when people want to move on to it.
Yeah,
right?
we've talked about this quite a lot, haven't we?
Yeah,
like, I get it. I'm very sympathetic to criticisms of like, it's so overwhelming. There's so many different things going on. There's all this shit all over the map, and I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I think like a lot of that we do need to kind of. He talks about it feeling a bit formulaic at this point as well, which I think is important to point out. That is an
important one.
But I also think it is on players to kind of change their mindset a little bit. And it's not players' fault, man, because we've been trained over the course of expansions, particularly in Legion, BFA, and Torghast, where like if there is content, it's mandatory. You know, because they made all content mandatory. You know, it was, and they had to cap how useful all that content was, because they made it all mandatory, and we're like, well, it's all mandatory, so you can't choose one thing to grind, so you have to limit how much you can grind it. So you had like this twin barrel shitness of you have to do everything, but you're an idiot if you do too much of anything, right? So it's like, you like island expeditions, well, fuck you. Like you're basically a sweaty like a tryhard if you do more than
exactly.
3 a week.
You're wasting your time. You haven't optimized your play.
You want to do more than 2 Torghasts a week, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're getting nothing from it, right? But you still have to do Torghast whether you want to or not. But if you do want to, fuck you can't do much of it. And like
I still hear this about delves all the time.
And that's what made it feel like, that's what made it feel like less of a smorgasbord and more of a shopping list, right? It's like I have to do everything, but only once or twice or 3 times. You know, like I have to do 1 Warfront per week. I have to do 3 islands per week. I have to do 2 Torghasts per week. And those 2 things combined is what made it really shit. So having like a vast array of content, none of which pretty much is mandatory, which is what most of these events and things are. They're like cool little mini games. They're just things that you can grind in your own time to earn like these cosmetics and stuff like that. And that's good, actually. I think that's exactly what the game wants. I get that it can start to feel a bit formulaic after a while. It'd be nice if they could, you know, find ways to mix it up and swap it up and things like that. But I think in general it's a good direction for the game. But you know, even then, as a player, I look at all this stuff and I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed, and I shouldn't be, because I don't have to do any of it.
I feel
especially at the level I play.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of a shift happening, right? And they talk about this here too, where like, you know, it is now much easier to acquire like really, really good gear. It's much easier to kind of get through high level keys. But, you know, you can acquire that gear. It does not make you a good player, right? Like, and like no shade, because I'm one of those people, but like, just because kind of gear acquisition is easier, access to higher content is easier, you still have to learn how to play, right? Well, so there will be a kind of...
I think that was actually a really nice thing that he said, and that I actually related to in this season in particular, because it's something I felt this season, was like this idea that, you know, players like being able to basically completely gear up to a certain degree quite quickly, so that they can then follow their skill-based goals. It's oh, now I'm fully geared up. Whatever level I play at, I can now follow my skill-based goals. You know, and I think that's quite an interesting thought, because it's something I've been thinking a lot this season. It was like it was quite fun to. I was never done with gearing, and I'm not done with gearing now. But like at a base level, I was able to acquire gear much easier, and to a higher level quicker than I would have been able to do normally, and instead of actually what I was scared of, meaning that I was done with the game, it actually freed me up to focus on my skill goals. It's like, well, I want to clear as much mythic raid as I can. I want to get as high a key level as I can, etc., etc. And like not having the added worry of like, I've got so much gearing to do before I feel like I can even do that, was actually quite freeing and actually quite nice. I quite liked it. So I'm glad that he's appreciating that in this interview.
It's definitely worth pointing out, because I think, like, you know, previously, I think that kind of skill achievement, growing, progression was kind of more directly tied to direct like gear progression.
Yeah.
Right. So they're kind of more parallel. They're kind of happening at the same time. Right. Whereas now it's like you get your gear and now you're free to do kind of
it hasn't taken away from the idea of skill progression. It's actually made me focus more on my skill progression.
But I think that
which is really good. And WoW's great at that. Like WoW
their heads around that.
Yeah, I think WoW has one of the best skill expressions still, despite the slight simplification of lots of classes in Midnight, and that seems to be on a reverse course as we predicted. Like, as you know, obviously they're gonna make it uber simple at the start. They've made so many changes to the game with add-ons and things like that. And like it's gonna be a case of like, you know, let's overcompensate at the beginning of the expansion. It's the safest way of doing it, and then we can reintroduce complexity into like raid fights and classes as we go. And it certainly seems like that is what's happening from 12.1, so that's good. But like, yeah, I think WoW is still, of all the MMOs I've ever played, the one with the most, with the deepest skill expression in. And yeah, I know WoW better than I know any other MMO, of course. So if you think I'm wrong about that, that's okay. You're probably more informed than me, but that's how I feel. I think like it's the strong point of like WoW is the combat and how great the classes are.
So
and
good to press buttons.
Yeah,
There's no
so
better button
good.
pressing out there.
Right, I can barely talk, so we better get into the super
Yeah,
chats.
let's get on to super chats now. Maybe
That was very interesting, Evie. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think you did. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
I can't tell if you're being.
I'm always being serious.
Sarcastic, always serious.
Yeah.
Worth mentioning just very quickly a few bits of news before we move on to super chats. So Mr. GM and a few other people data mined some strings showing housing shop exteriors.
I'm glad you're bringing this up. Yeah,
I think this is important because I got my my housing pitchfork out specifically.
You did.
I did.
Well, I think everyone did, to be honest.
Of course, everyone
So
did.
do you want to explain what happened at first?
Yeah. So some strings were data mined, suggesting that there's some two new house exterior options, but they're labeled shop. Shop is in the name. Shop is literally there in the name, in the strings. So, rightfully so, a lot of people were like, new player housing exteriors are coming, and they're coming to the shop. However, and
they're like, there's like a summer bungalow.
Yes.
And like,
there's like I don't know where they are now. Oh, there we go. Shop fall and shop fall, right? Like, and you're like, okay, these will go on the shop. They're not going on the shop. Literally,
despite the fact they say shop on them?
They say shop in them.
Sus, mate.
The word shop
I
is
know,
in there.
I feel like I know why people came to this
Player
conclusion.
housing shop.
I don't blame any of the data miners.
Exactly. It has the word shop in it. But a blue post and a very rare WoW account tweet went out that was like, hi, it's a really good example of how initial data mining can be a bit misleading. Yeah, but the word shop is in it. I don't think that's a stretch. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's your fucking file naming that's a bit misleading.
Someone named it shop. Well, yes, there's a new exterior coming and probably more in the future. The particular exterior found in the PTR files will not be released in the shop. It will be available for players to earn within the game. We'll let you know more when it's ready for testing release. Thanks. My question is, was it originally intended for the shop?
No, it would have taken more than that tweet to make them back down on that.
No. I'm not talking about the tweet. But I mean, at some point in the past, was this intended to be on the shop?
Maybe it's a shop exterior. Maybe shops are neighborhood shared buildings that are coming in 12.1.
Maybe it's one of those exterior.
Well, because a lot of those buildings are opening up in 12.1.
They are.
It's where you go to get like your pet beds and stuff,
There's
and
a pet
like
shop.
it's so cool. And we looked at all the data mined images of what look like guild halls and stuff, because they are often the same shapes as those plots that are being built in neighborhoods and stuff. So yeah, it could be anything.
Anyway, that was fun. That was a fun moment.
I do think that a very obvious thing that will happen is that they will release on the store.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I turn out to be wrong about this, you know, more fool me. And I take it back, Blizz, and I'm oh so sorry, but I think I will be right about it. You know, like more treehouse recolors of fall and winter, right? So like an autumn treehouse and a winter treehouse. Oh.
Please watch my treehouse video if you haven't yet. Thanks.
It's a very good video.
I worked really hard on it.
Well done.
Yeah, so I can see that happening for sure. Another thing, speaking of shop, there's a new mount on the shop, and this one has possibly more customization options.
Do we have to talk about this?
Than our characters. We don't really have to talk about it.
It's a store mount.
It's customizable.
Mount. It's awesome.
It's super customizable. Many variations.
I don't want it to be
annoyingly customizable.
I don't want. I just give me a fucking cool mount.
We have nothing else as customizable as this.
The only thing I care about with mounts from now on, I don't need them to have customizable doodads and hats and willy shapes and shrinking balls and all that, right? What I need to know is when I dismount from them, is there a mount up animation where they fly in?
Yeah.
Rather than just appearing.
Yeah.
And when I dismount, is there a flying off animation? That's the only shit I care about when it comes to mounts now. I can give a fuck about all the helmets. I don't care. Does it fly off when I get off it like the cool Sunrock? That's the only thing I care about from now on. Put that shit on the shop, I'll buy it up, mate. I'll lap it up. But I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no need to. And that was it mostly.
Apparently does not have any mount up or off animations, so fuck it.
There are a few quality of life improvements that have been announced for 12.1, including map coordinates in the UI.
No, what?
Surely everyone has had those in there.
No, I haven't.
Really?
It's one of those ones I don't really replace.
Oh, dang.
So I have one for a bit, and then
Yeah, so built-in map coordinates.
Amazing.
A one-time profession.
In the year of our Lord 2026.
I know. Built-in, map coordinates, a one-time knowledge points reset coming in 12.1.
Great, okay,
yeah,
makes
profession knowledge. For people who fucked it up like me.
He was so angry about
because I did it early on. This is like the very beginning, and I went anyway. It doesn't matter anymore because everyone's so powerful and progressed. There are loads of fixes, and also achievement back button. Tally is getting his achievement back button built in.
I feel like
Are you still going to use the add-on?
I feel like they should call it Tally's achievement back button. Well, no, I won't use the add-on. Like Ludius is the best add-on maker in the entire.
So hard on that
Ludius
for you.
is still making amazing add-ons beyond the achievement back button. All the ones I ask for, basically. If I think of a good add-on, I say it to Ludius. And he's like, yeah, I already thought of it, mate. It's in development. And it's like, okay, good. And that's what happened with the achievement back button, you know? And he also, on my request, did an enhanced viewing UI for decor when you're in the house building UI, which is amazing. It's so good. All part of Ludius Plus, which I highly recommend.
Yeah, fabulous.
Won't be using Ludius's back button anymore because we won't need it.
Oh,
but because but that's great. We changed the world.
We got
Ludius,
there. You guys,
we made a difference.
Together.
We became the change we wanted to see.
I'm so pleased for you. On that note, let's jump into some super chats. Hooray! Thank you to everyone who's done a super chat today. I see you. I appreciate you.
Me too. Thank you. Oh wait, let me just change the.
Yeah.
There we go. There we are.
Ludius. Oh no! How will I feed my kids if the achievements back button becomes obsolete?
I know all those big bucks you get from your add-on work.
Oh man. Now, let's go. First super chat of the day is.
By the way, that's a joke because add-on makers should get paid.
They should. Well, exactly.
I was kind of like,
understand that joke.
I wasn't. Yeah, please understand the joke. Please, troll Twitter, please. Yeah, I think I'm just saying. All right.
Yes, obviously, add-on makers deserve money for the things that they make and work hard on.
Yeah.
Goes without saying. First one is from Hawthorne Tree. Thank you for the super chat. Was listening to your most recent video and actually laughed at the Squarespace ad. I appreciate the work you put in to make them less repetitive and dull.
That's nice. Did you use our code?
Yeah, that also helps. But
I'm joshing.
Thank you. I do try to make those as painless as possible. I
have a thing with I have a thing with the Squarespace ads, and it seems to work because we've been doing it for years now. Is I refuse to put it early on in the video. It's always going to be in the second half of the video.
Always, yeah.
The Squarespace ad, and I'll always very clearly mark it in the chapters as well.
Yeah.
So you never have to watch it.
You can always skip it if you like. It's the options are always there. We always make it clear. Next one is from Zachary Cooper. Member for 2 months. Congratulations on your green Khadgar head. Thank you, Zakari Cooper. Love to see you. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your Khadgar. And from Zakari Cooper, a lovely super chat. I won't watch for long. Got to go to bed soon. I just saw the new Mr. GM video and I love the pets and mounts with the new renown. At least stay a little cool over there. I do not know yet. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't dug into like pets and mounts.
No, me neither actually.
Coming,
I've seen a few and transmogs and stuff like and the corrosive coin stuff as well.
Yeah.
But that does remind me. Thank you, Zakari. That does remind me. Have you checked out the new trading post? It is only the 2nd of June.
Oh yeah,
or July.
in July. Yeah. I've had a quick look. I saw the staff, like the pinwheel staff. That's
I bought 2 of them. In different colors.
Dual wielding.
Yeah, I like to imagine both Lorthemar and Gokshito are holding their pinwheel staffs as they are taking part in that short story, and they're just kind of whizzing around going pew pew pew, and then I killed the whole village. Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
It just makes me happy to imagine that for some reason.
Yeah. Love it. But yeah, I gotta take a closer look at those too. But thank you for that, Zakari Cooper. Next one is from Chris W. Another gleaming green Khadgar head. Lovely to see you, friend.
Oh my god, it sounds so weird.
I didn't think about this.
Is there a purple Khadgar head coming at sometime soon? Because then shit's gonna get wild in here.
Think of the progression.
Yeah,
Think of the color progression. It's coming.
No,
be patient.
good.
Be patient. I mean, the kind
but
of
the innuendo like chart will be busting off.
Yeah, that's
popping off.
Just another perk.
Yeah.
Chris, thank you. Laughed a little too hard at the welly wanger. All the best to both of you, and hoping we'll have some nighttime housing streams in our future. Yes, please, God,
do it.
Yeah, I gotta do some streams. I gotta do more night streams.
You gotta build a house.
It's hard when you raid, like, because I like Thursdays. Thursdays are fun.
Get on any time, babe.
I know.
You just get on, do some housing.
I know. I will. We'll do some chill like
you need
housing.
to build the inside of your house. You are slacking.
Shh. I'm getting there.
You got to build something beautiful
marinating.
that you can then use to test the blueprints later on.
Exactly. Yeah, and all those new housing bits and bobs. I got to get on there too. Agreed. Thank you, Chris. Next one is from Moxin. Lovely to see you, Moxin. I hope we can still use toys and such on the pets roaming the house, so I can turn my pet into a tiny version of my friends to roam my... Oh.
That'd be fun.
I remember them talking about there being lots of challenges with certain pets because they have interactions, right? Like some of them have very specific interactions with which break everything.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's something we can look forward to.
I'm sure it is.
Someone get Jesse on the line. We can find out.
Jesse's here, you know he is.
Next one is from Chris, sending a gift membership, sharing the Khadgar ball action. Thank you, Chris. Lovely to see you, and thank you for that.
Cheers, Chris.
Next one is super chat from Yarku. Thank you. If the new chameleon mounts don't have tameable hunter pet versions out there somewhere, we riot. Have you seen the new chameleon mount?
I have not.
The new lizard mounts with eyeballs that literally go in different directions.
So fucking cool. Yeah,
like they're so good. And yes, I agree. They will need a tameable hunter pet version. I highly doubt it because that's one of those like high level, almost bordering on like China exclusive mounts. So probably never going to get a pet version of it. But may I suggest a potatoed? I feel like they go together. I feel like they're kind of like roving eyeballs.
I love the potatoes so much.
I know. I feel like they go together.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Thank you, Yarku. Next one is from Wolvie CB. Just contributing to the general horniness.
Horniness level raised. Thank you, Wolvie.
You can speak for yourself, though I love super chats. I do love them.
Oh, I can tell. The vibe in here is getting it's so tense.
Wow.
So tense. Cut it with a knife.
Thank you, Wolvie. Appreciate you. Next one is from
We'll be lucky if we can actually finish this stream.
Birding Tom, thank you so much for the super chat. Here's a topic. Is the inflation of recycled content and time gating unnecessary things actually causing a drop in active players, or is it just me?
recycle content, maybe not, because I think the way they recycle content is when they are actually recycling content, like Horrific Visions revisited and stuff like that. Usually it's done in quite a clever way. If by recycling content you mean just like, oh, we're doing more events again, if you mean like familiar formats of content, yes, I think that is definitely affecting. I think like people, you know, when they watch the reveal stream of the new patch 12.1, and the first thing they talk about is fly around the map and take part in little events and do little tasks and kill mobs to eventually spawn an elite, and then you will kill the elite. And I think people just switch off, and I think they're like, well, yes, that's what I do now. And I think that is really uninspiring. And it's when it's all out there, it's quite fun content, but it's not interesting to be told about, because you kind of assume it's going to be there anyway. And it's not inspiring. It doesn't make you go, wow, have you heard the amazing thing that's coming in 12.1? You get to fly around doing little events with other people, and then you spawn an elite boss and blah 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 blah. And it's like, no. So I think that does affect it. Yeah. Time gating, I feel like they must have the figures that show that, you know, it does extend memberships and things like that. But I'm always so suspicious of that.
I know. Because, like, I'm with you.
Spreadsheet decisions are so dumb. It's like,
I know.
It's a holistic thing. It's like the happier players are, the more they will sub. Ergo, things that make them unhappy, like time gating, are going to make people unsub. You might score some more money off them for a month, but in the long run, you're damaging your player base. That's always been, and we've been having this conversation since Wrath, right?
Yeah,
since TBC, like it's always there. And I this is a problem with our ownership models, right? Of you know, like I'm sure every single dev who works for Blizz, Ian included, know this and agree with what I'm saying, but the people that actually make the decisions, the people that own the companies, the people that just had some money and bought shares and now have a say over making video games, something they don't understand or care about, they look at balance sheets and they go, oh, when you did this and you time gated it, you made more money that month. So do that all the time. And it's like, you can't explain it to these people because they don't care. They don't care. They don't want to make good video games. They don't care about video games. They don't care about you. They care about the line going up.
I mean, you know, those things are kind of baked into the game too, and you just know that there's someone who's like, well, if you place the Omnium Folio 50% further away from where you would normally place it from the city hub, we will get X amount of gameplay time to add to our spreadsheet. So like they're gonna do it, you know, like But ultimately you want happy players that keeps them. And I have to say, at this phase in a patch, it's normal for people to drop off. It's normal for people to go on raid breaks.
Oh yeah.
It's normal, and it's normal for people who like visibly, publicly play World of Warcraft to be like, I'm a bit bored with WoW right now.
Yeah, and that's fine.
I'll play a different game, and that's cool. That's not like the entire player base migrating. That's just normal like patch shedding. I'm sure they have a technical term for it.
One thing I would say is that I have found myself engaged with this patch way longer than I'm usually engaged at this level with a patch. And it's been because of the opposite of time gating. It's been because actually a lot of the gear acquisition and power acquisition stuff was front loaded, as we were talking about earlier. And I actually got my gear quicker than usual, you know, and like I got more instant gratification. And that's what's kept me around in the patch longer.
Maybe I can get more of that.
For like, you know, it's got more engagement from me. Like our guild is going on a raid break now, which even if it was a full raid break would still be much later in the cycle than usual. And it's not even a full raid break. We're still raiding on Thursdays. So like, I mean, they have hooked us in this patch, but they've done it by not, you know, it's not the time gating that's done that. It's been like the good stuff that we like that has done that, you know?
Exactly. Thank you for that one. Next one. Another one from Zachary Cooper. I only sunburn.
I mean, so do I if I'm out there too long, but I do just tan super quick. It's my Mediterranean skin, man. I can't help it.
Next one is from Pepsil. Nice to see you, Pepsil. Here's to Evie's horniness. Okay. Thank you.
No, it's gone too far. Now you're not horny anymore. You've gone, oh no.
I watched a documentary about Warcraft 3 Reforged. Sad. Are there still concerns Blizz would take shortcuts on development? Is the copy-paste we see now that? I mean, Warcraft 3 Reforged was a whole
There's so much wrong
bag
with it.
of shit.
Like
wasn't it?
there was stuff like you describe going wrong with Warcraft 3, which is obviously very important. But there was also just like terrible creative decisions taken.
Insane. Like
which can't be understated. Like I had made the decision not to play Warcraft 3 Reforged, not because I foresaw any of the bugs and shitness, but because I took one look at the art style and was like, that fucking sucks.
I
I'm not interested in that.
When it's like these kind of broad creative decisions that go
those
so
weird,
wrong.
like 3D models that kind of lost all the charm of the originals, and I was like, you guys didn't. It didn't speak to me in the way that Warcraft 3 did, and I chose not to play Warcraft 3 because of that. So then it turned out really buggy and bad and everything. But like, I'm sure I'm not alone in that. It just the visual style and the creative decisions taken with it did not speak to me. You know, so it would be churlish for me to pretend that the reason that game failed for me was because of all the other shit. It was like simply because, I think bad creative decisions were taken. Yeah. But that's not to deny that those other problems were there.
No, absolutely.
But is the copy paste in WoW like that?
I think it's a bit more considered than that in WoW.
Yeah, I think cut and paste probably isn't an accurate way of describing it in WoW. Formulaic. Is how I would put it at the moment. Like I think, you know, these events aren't cut and paste, but they are formulaic. And it's the fact that they, you know, it's the same idea season to season. And like even good ideas need changing up and swapping out. And like, you know, and it's important to stay fresh and stuff. And so I there is definitely a formulaic element to WoW patches right now, which I think it would be really good to step away from. Yeah. Definitely.
For sure. Next one is from Iconography, member of the Green Khadgar team. Nice to see you. Hoping this helps get Rico some eyebrows. Hashtag brows for orcs. Love the new tier set coverage. Shout out to the team and the Wondrous Wisdom Hood NA. Stay chilly, all. Woo! Awesome. Woo! Yeah, Wondrous Wisdom
USA, and South America.
Yeah.
And Canada and Mexico. Australia as well. Let's do
it. Thank you, Iconography. Love to see it. Thank you. And Iconography following up with gifting 5 TNE gift memberships. I love that. Everyone who got those, congratulations and enjoy your emotes. People are not using emotes heavily enough in this. I want this to be, you know what? I'm going to set, you know what?
That would make you horny. More emotes.
One day, I'm going to set this chat to emote only and then see what happens. And then you're going to have to communicate all of your super chats through emotes.
I don't think that's going to make us much money, Evie. I'm just putting that out there.
I think people would want to try. Okay. The drive to communicate is so powerful. Next one is from Moxin. Lovely to see you, Moxin. Did they change it so the Haranir are not stealing troll identity as the original Azeroth species? Or make it seem like unreliable narrators?
I love you, Moxin. I'm not coming for you. I appreciate the question. I think it's a really good question. I never felt that Haranir was stealing troll identities. They've always felt different from me. Like there's no, like the troll history, the things the trolls have done, the things that make the trolls hasn't changed in the slightest by the Haranir existing. Like it's not like, the Troll Wars it was the Haranir, you know? Yeah. Like, the Troll Empire was the Haranir Empire. No, like everything that the Trolls did in lore is already there and is still there and still exists. And the Haranir, they fucked off and they've just been under the ground for for basically all of troll history. The Haranir just were nowhere to be seen. They were under the ground being shit because the Haranir are shit. And I'm saying that as a compliment to the writing. I love how shit the Haranir are. I love that they are useless as fuck. I love that they went on this huge exodus, this huge mission to find the World Soul, the Song of the World Soul. And they were like following the song and, you know, like sneaking around and developing like cool druid powers and stuff like that. And then they finally got to where the song was and the World Soul had already gone. And they were like, should we follow it? And they went, nah, let's just stay the fuck here. And then they learned that the World Soul had been stolen, and the people in charge of the Haranir were like, we better not tell anyone because they might want to do something about it. And it's like, yeah, maybe you should have told people. I don't know, man. So I think you know, the Haranir and I think the way it's described is that not even, I'll have to be reminded of this when the quest comes out next week, but I don't think they say that trolls and elves came from Haranir, simply that they have like a shared
ancestor.
right?
I don't.
But
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that. So
we can delve into that.
yeah, we'll get onto that maybe next week.
Yeah, probably when all that stuff
But
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah, but like I've never personally, and if you feel differently, you're not wrong. This is a subjective thing. This is just how I feel. I'm not arguing against you. But like I've never really felt like Harinir have stolen troll identity. If anything, it kind of solidifies troll identity a little bit more.
Yeah.
But that's just my take.
Yeah.
I'm not some great Harinir lover, to be honest, but I do like Harindar, and I do like how old it feels and how kind of revelatory it is. It feels like a special place to me. I know a lot of people don't share that opinion, so I'm not arguing the case. I'm not making a defense of it, but I like that shit. I think it's fun. Sorry, I'm so snotty.
Yeah. Next, thank you for that one, Moxon. Next one is from the Zelda Symphony. See the news clip about a person Blizz hired, disrespected a player, then Blizz ignored it, causing a 20-year player to quit? I did not see that clip. Was on Young Turks Tuesday.
No, I didn't.
I have not seen that.
What was this? Was this a GM?
I have no idea.
I guess we'll never know.
Or we can look at the clip and find it eventually.
Oh yeah, okay, we'll come to that next week maybe. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry that we don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's bad news doing.
Yeah. Thanks, Zelda Symphony. We'll look into that one for sure. Next one is from Muxin again. I figured elves and trolls had a similar lifespan. Elves had a long lifespan because of what dragons did with the tree, and when they lost it, they go back to the same lifespan as their troll ancestors. I think
trolls have always been shown as having like quite similar to human.
Trolls and humans feel similar, and then the blood elves have just really, really, really long lives, and that comes across really strongly in this story too. They're like, it creates this disparity between them.
And
which is
it's
really
like, and there's that thing of like, the blood elves do die of old age, but there are blood elves that are literally 10,000 years old, right?
Yeah.
So, or near enough.
Yeah.
And like, the big mystery for me is night elves, because like no one fucking knows how long they live, because like
Unclear.
we haven't had a chance to find out yet, because they relatively they only lost their immortality like yesterday.
Yeah.
And like, who even fucking knows how long they're gonna live now? Some of them are literally tens of thousands of years old already.
Yeah.
If one of them dies tomorrow, does that mean they live tens of thousands of years? You're never gonna know until like a kid is born and dies of old age, right? Which could take tens of thousands of years, potentially. So who knows? And it also makes me a lot less sympathetic to them losing their immortality. It's like, now they only live tens of thousands of years.
Oh, yeah.
Poor bastards. They gave up so much. What a sacrifice.
Exactly. Next one is from Zakari Cooper again. Classic Forest Riders. I'm guessing this is in relation to the story we were talking about, but yeah, absolutely. Classic Forest Rider behavior, but I really enjoy their armor. I really like the Forest Rider style trans.
And I feel like I don't want troll Twitter coming after me, so I just want to clarify what we were talking about with regards to the story. Whereas where I was saying, like, if you're worried about who's right and who's wrong in this conversation, you're misunderstanding the story. That is true to that particular story and that particular interaction with those two characters. Obviously, in the meta history, there is like definitely an element of colonialism to the blood elves and things like that and what have you, but so we're not ignoring that. We're not saying they are historically both as bad as each other. Clearly like there's you can trace it back further than that, and you can have views about where it started and what have you, but purely in the context of these two characters and the damage the conflict has done to them and to the people they've come into contact with and the enemies they've come into contact with, like that's just not what the story is about. The story is showing the damage that it has done to them. When I say like you're missing the point if you're thinking about who's right and wrong, I mean from the point of view of that story, because I know people just fucking lie about what I've said. So like Tally said colonialism is good, there's no right or wrong. It's like, no, it's not what I fucking said.
This came across in the in the story. I like Lorthemar's like, well, I guess I'll go, and Torundo's like, yeah, off to just like wipe my people off the planet.
And Lorthemar's like, maybe.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's like that is kind of a core issue, right? Like, next one is from Voyevoda EU. Thank you so much. Shout out from the TNE EU Horde Raid team. Yeah. We're downing Laura this week. Hell yeah. You guys rule. I'm so excited for you. The TNE Discord community raid nights are truly, truly next level. Well done, guys.
Yeah, I'm so proud of those dudes.
Yeah, seriously.
They're awesome.
Next one is from Vomax343. Thank you so much. Incredible story. Reminded me why I loved Blizzard lore. Arthas, Brood War cinematic, Broken Front, mature, political, unapologetic. Wish the War Within let Danath start the Arathi conflict. Let playable races feel a little evil again. Yeah, I mean, this comes across totally in this story. You're like, ooh, you guys
I get
are...
that. Yeah, I think there's a...
Yeah.
And I think the answer to that is faction identity, as I've said before, so I'm going into it now. But like, I think there's...
Yeah.
I think it's lovely that this exists, and I like more of it.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think there's room for people realizing that war is bad as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's always going to be someone to fight. There's always going to be war. But I think it's okay for characters to like be like, fuck it, we really need peace. This is
this
shit.
Sucks.
I think that's okay as well. I don't think that's like Disney. You know?
Yeah. Next one is from Zakari Cooper again. Good night. I will listen to the rest tomorrow morning. Thank you. Thanks, friend. Thanks. I really appreciate your stream super chats. That was delightful. Next one is from AKA Lady Boss. Lovely to see you. As a solo player since MOP with a deep-seated terror of pugs, I don't blame you. I want to thank you as I finally got my very first ahead of the curve achievement.
Yeah, nice one.
I was encouraged to try by your positive reporting on the raid season. Thank you. That's amazing.
Oh, I mean, that's awesome. Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good
fun?
time?
Oh, I hope so.
And pugging it sounds like as well, which, I mean, you are a braver person than me, honestly.
Seriously, well done.
That's amazing. Good on you. Congratulations.
That makes me so happy to hear. I love that.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Because I appreciate that we are really privileged being in a cool guild.
Absolutely.
And that, you know, we've been in for like over a decade at this point.
Yeah.
And like, it's a great environment, and it's a very friendly and welcoming environment, and we know not everyone has that. So it's easy for me to be all like, oh no, you just raid, just have a good team, but it's not as simple as that for a lot of people. So like, awesome, massive respect, congratulations.
Absolutely. Next one is from Buddy. So nice to see you, Buddy, as always. Missing the cast today, but had to say hello. Cheers. I hate that I'm probably buying that new customizable shot now that just came out. LOL. It does look really good. It does look really good.
I think I'm okay not buying it, honestly. I think I'm alright. I think I won't buy it. I haven't bought anything from the shop for fucking ages.
Yeah, it's because you get codes from stuff.
But I used to buy stuff in the shop all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, there's just too much of it now, and I can't.
Yeah.
You know, there was
it's
completionism about it before. It's like I could buy everything they released and I would have it all, but then I got the mounts because of my like subscription and stuff. I haven't had one of those in a while actually. Yeah, but now there's just too much. I can't even keep up with what's there, let alone buy it all.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And another one from Buddy. Amen to mount dismount animations being important. They are so good. If you have them, oh my god, they just really add something.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, the only one that has the flying away animation is the Sun Rock, and my god, it makes me so happy like every time.
It's just like, bye, friend.
My habit is dismounting like before I hit the ground.
Yeah.
I dismount in midair.
Same, I always do. And I'm the hunter, so I'm just like...
It makes it even more spectacular. They just fly off as you're dropping down to the ground and stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one can be bothered to land and then dismount. No one does that.
Yeah.
And finally, the last one for today, a Creepin' Death. Thank you so much for the super chat. We love it. I gotta say, doing solo Mythic Plus, 17s have not been easy, but I could be hitting cap of my skill level as a healer. I've got
to say that.
Well done.
You know, from this, and bear in mind, I'm a healer. I think if like 17s are starting to get really hard, it's probably not the level cap of you as a healer. It's like almost certainly because like at that level, you should actually kind of have to do less healing, honestly. Like it should very much, like all the 17s I've done that we've timed, I've done less healing than in a 12, you know, because people are looking after themselves and pressing the buttons that they're supposed to be pressing, and like doing high level play, right? So it's probably not your fault, friend, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not very helpful to say that, I know, but it's probably not.
Yeah, but well done getting up there.
Yeah, like massive congrats.
Seriously. Oh, and then finally, one last very sneaky super chat from Moxden. Just wanted to hear my own name one last time since I missed last week live, and I know the deal. Also, Trolls best.
Thank you, mate. Really nice to have you in the chat today.
Thanks,
and
Max.
everyone else
Lovely to
as
see you.
well.
Yeah.
Well, Evie, you did a fantastic job carrying that episode. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tally.
We should make
Thanks,
this a more
Tally.
regular thing.
I
like
appreciate your contributions.
an Evie-centric episode.
Oh, nice.
Like,
yeah,
I think that's
thanks.
pretty good. Definitely. Do you want to do the goodbyes?
How do we do the goodbyes?
Oh no, I should have written it down for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's us this week. We'll be doing like weekly resets and more videos and everything. It's our anniversary next
It
week.
is our
We will
anniversary.
disappear for a couple of days. But you know, like we're still trying to get more videos out as well after it'll be some holidays as well.
Yes.
But anyway, we're still trying to keep to our schedules. So thank you for bearing with us if we are a bit behind sometimes. But thank you for joining us today. Thank you to everyone who joined us for the live recordings.
Bless you.
Thank you to everyone. My head is swimming. Sorry. Thank you to everyone who is watching on YouTube and Twitch and listening on your preferred podcast listening platforms later on as well, or watching the VOD.
Yes.
Sorry if I haven't got around to taking all the adverts off the VOD yet. I promise I will.
Yeah, they do put them in there, don't they?
Oh, they really put them in there. I literally have to, but it's funny because you can't change them until it's finished processing. And
Yeah.
it's quite a long podcast, 6 ages to process.
So you just
like,
let it happen.
I have to like just keep checking back, and sometimes I have to go off and do something. And if it's been a while and I haven't checked, I sometimes go on and it's like literally 100 adverts on there. I'm so sorry, and I have to take them off manually. Sorry about that. It's just how it goes. It's just how it works.
It happens.
Yeah, totally. We will see you for the next episode.
Looking forward to it.
From me, Taliesin.
And me, Evitel.
Until next time, cheerio.
Bye.